The average radio listener listens for 18 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
The average Howard Stern fan listens for, are you ready for this? An hour and 20 minutes.
How can that be?
Answer most commonly given? I want to see what he'll say next.
All right, okay, fine. But what about the people who hate Stern?
Good point. The average Stern hater listens for 2.5 hours a day.
But if they hate him, why do they listen?
Most common answer? I want to see what he'll say next.
Alright. I've learned something in the last 24 hours. If you want to get the truth in this chase, you can't trust anybody. I don't know all the ins and outs of what's gone down in this chase. But what I do know is if somebody says you're their friend, says they're your friend, doesn't mean that they are. The mistrust that runs rampant in this community that allows the drama and insinuations and conspiracy theories. Did Fenn hide 2 chests? Maybe Fenn did this. Maybe Fenn did that. Maybe Fenn was just fucking depressed about his own ending, like we are finding out. But what I'm learning is lurking might have been the way to go. But I'm not going anywhere, so I'm not going to go to lurking. So what am I going to do differently moving forward here without getting in the weeds? Treasure Warriors are going alone. I don't know who to trust, and that goes from documentarians to searchers to so-called friends. I don't know or trust any of you anymore. So I'm out of all of that. Publicly, right now, I'm out of all of it. I'm going to go to Vegas with Ashley. We're going to go to the tournament for World Series of Fenn because I like poker. Ashley and I will not be attending the events. We're just going to go to Vegas, have fun. If you guys, we want to see everybody there, so if you want to hang out with us, come say hi to us. We'll literally be at the fucking bar in the middle of Bally's and gambling at a casino table near said bar. And just having fun and doing that, aside from the poker tournament. But too much influence from too many people, from too many sides, saying too many things that contradict each other, too many people acting one way, treating either me, someone I know, another way. Sick of it. Sick of all of it. Not going to take it anymore. Wanted to walk away completely, but had searcher friends actually call me this morning. Try to talk me off the ledge. I think they succeeded in that, but I am going to do this a different way moving forward. I don't speak for Ashley. She's going to come on fairly soon here, I hope. But Indy, I'm not talking about you. This isn't directed at anyone in particular. Indy, you've been over to my house. You're cool. That doesn't change. So what changes for just this channel and how I'm approaching the chase is going it alone in the sense of I just don't want anybody influencing me whatsoever. And I think those people know who they are. Those who have lied to me, those who have played around with me behind the scenes, I'm just done with it. I'm a nice dude. I have no ulterior motives here. I am the one channel that doesn't ask for super chats or try to make money on any of this. So I think that goes a long way here. I'm not talking shit about those who do. I've supported those channels myself, so there's no hypocrisy here. It's just I'm not gonna take it. No, I'm not gonna take it. I'm not gonna take it anymore. Because I just... it's not fun to be played with behind the scenes. I'm not saying I'm not doing Vegas with you, Indy. I'm saying I'm not doing any of the official... I'm not going to go to Fremont. I'm not going to Ellis. I hope to see each and every one of you and hang out with you guys there. It's just I'm not going to the things. I'll go to the poker tournament because there's people I know who will only go to the poker tournament who I want to see there, and that's it. And I'll go to the poker tournament as well. I might go to your fucking suite, Indy, at 11 o'clock on fucking Friday if I want. I don't know. All bets are off the table. All things are on the table. So that's all. Free agency. That's all we are. Not battle lines or war. Just free agency. If that makes any sense. Again, Indy, if I say none of this is directed at you, then it's obviously directed at somebody. I'm not trying to make it directed at anyone in particular right now. But it's not directed at you? I don't know. I gave Ashley the link. She just gave me a pack, so I'm guessing she's gonna hop on with me. We'll get her thoughts. You know, some of this has to do with also. I don't get what's going on in the chase just overall. I appreciate that Dale and Cynthia dropped this shit, but why now? I mean, that's the inevitable question, right? But I am curious as to why now. Why not 6 months ago when we were shouting from the rooftops that it's possible Jack got this in 2019, not 2020? Like, what changed? I don't understand any of that. Why, when there's no treasure chest, are we still all bickering and fighting and not trusting each other? I don't get it. I thought I was making legit friends in the chase. I guess I was wrong. But that's not going to change who I am. I've done, I don't think, anything wrong to anybody in this chase. Which news in the last 24 hours is the most frustrating? Where to start? I have personal feelings that have been frustrated. So, news-wise, I mean, shit. The video is frustrating. It's frustrating in the sense of, oh, God, I feel bad for Forrest. He did something that was so fun and so clever and so whatever. Even if you don't like the solution, which I might be in that camp, he still did something amazing that we're never going to get again in our lives, and people abused the shit out of that privilege. And it didn't have to be breaking into his property. It would be like what he would say, just flooding my inbox with email after email after email after email after email from the same people. Like, yeah, that's not fun anymore. And what's he supposed to do? Sit there and watch all that shit go through so he can keep watching for emails from people, A, that he likes, B, that he just wants to hear from families going to wherever. He just likes those as well. But no, somebody else has to fucking email bomb him 50 emails in 30 minutes. Hey, what's up, babe? So,
how do you can you hear me okay, or is it terrible?
No, you're good. I have to change the echo, that's all. So, you know, that was the fact that Forrest was frustrated was probably the most frustrating part. The fact that we got this information now, I mean, that's frustrating, but we got it. I'm not going to be an asshole. I'm appreciative we got it. It confirms a lot of thoughts, and it sucks. I just don't understand why, why now? Why is it getting drip fed? Is Dale writing Femme's autobiography? I thought the autobiography was in the olive jar. Is he writing the olive jars? What's going on? Why can't people just tell the truth now? There's no chest to be found. What is the point, babe?
I don't really know why there's so many secrets. Also, isn't there is there another book being written?
By who? I know Dan.
I don't know.
I know Dan Barbarisi's writing an epilogue, and I've reached out to Dan privately, and he got back to me, and he said he'd pencil me in to come onto the show and do an interview with us. A little later, when this epilogue is coming out, I think there's going to be a paperback version of the book, not just hardback. So, but that's like in May or June or something like that, and who knows? Half the time that shit falls through the cracks and doesn't ever end up happening. But so, I mean, he's writing something. I don't know who else is writing anything.
Okay, there has to be a reason why information was not released sooner, right? If you have the information and then you choose to release it now, I feel like there has to be a reason.
Right, but I'd just like to have a conversation with these people and understand those reasons.
Right.
That's all. Not to attack. There's no like, how dare you? When did you do this? Why did you do it? That like, no, it's just I'd like to know. And
Curiosity.
Like, okay, you had Fen's fishing log from 2013. It had potent poem potables in it, in the sense of it had water high, it had put in below. Like, you didn't think that'd be good for the whole community to have? And if he goes, no, honestly, I didn't. I really didn't. I didn't look that deep into it, Ben. I didn't even see what you're talking about. I find that out afterwards. Holy crap. Yeah, I totally would have shared that. If I hear him say that, like, to me, I go, oh shit. All right, dope. Next question. Like, there's no gotcha here. It's just, we'd like some explanation. Even if again, we'd like, not demand, but going through back channels and being like, and I've heard Candy say this, and I kind of chuckle when she says it, because I always say to myself, there's not a real loop, but like, you're in the loop, you're out of the loop. There's not a real loop, but you're in the loop, you're out of the loop. Like, it's enough.
Yeah.
Enough. Whatever. But what else? What do you think the most frustrating news item is in the last 24 hours?
Oh, I can't see over here.
Are you done with the chase?
Listen, I thought I wasn't done.
You were just getting back into it.
I gotta let the dog out. I was getting back into it, and I thought maybe I should stay inside because I can hear myself echo in the house. And
yeah, that sucks. It's a nice
when I'm I want to be outside, but when I'm outside,
hold on. I can lower the volume. Stay right there. Stay right there.
I gotta let Shiggy out. Hold on.
Okay, because if I lower the volume, I
Shig.
can still hear you, and people can still hear you. So let me do that. And chat, I'll get to everybody. I'll scroll back up and we'll get to everybody's thoughts. I'm just ranting a little bit and allowing Ashley the same here.
Yeah,
a little time
up here.
Yeah, you're a little.
Okay, so better.
Yeah.
Okay, I can't really see the camera, but I know you guys can see me, so that's fine. Yeah, I was just kind of getting back into it with you. I was excited about World Series of Femme. What I love about it is the community and the people and the friendships. And when that does get kind of ruined, it really does make me wonder, like, what am I in it for? There's no chest to be found. It's already over and done. So why is everyone in it? Yes, to get the answers. Yes, to figure it all out. Yes, out of curiosity and closure. But also there's a really strong sense of community. So take that away, and with the community, everyone fighting and at each other's throats, then kill that bug, babe. That bug's been in the room for 3 days.
Tried to land on me and bite me. Fucking
It was
West
huge.
Nile.
It was on the.
I think it's the
TV
same bug I missed
movie, and I
yesterday.
kept thinking it was a part of the scene. Yes, it is. I'm telling you, I've seen it for 2 days. His name was Henry.
Fuck Henry.
He's been a fixture in our room. Well, bye, Henry.
Why does he hate me so much?
It was lovely. Well, probably because he's a part of this chase, babe.
Right. Everybody at some point seems to hate me in this chase. I don't understand it, but whatever. I'm not gonna wah.
Yeah, I think a lot of people are here to watch the drama and are here for that. And
sure. And we're broadcasting this. In some sense, we contribute, but at the same time, the reason when we got into this is the same reason we're in it now, and the same reason I think we're doing the decisions we're doing now is we're not going to be part of that shit.
Mm-mm.
I came in to make friends and learn the truth. If it just means I just learn the truth, that's fine too. All right.
Well, and I came in for it to be fun.
More friends.
Yeah, I came in for it to be fun and an adventure, and and to do something that I've never done. And then I enjoy hearing everyone's thoughts and opinions. How fun is it to sit around and talk with people that have the same interest as you?
Completely, and that's addicting to me anyway. I love that aspect.
It's like being on a first date over and over and over again, like with new people that join the chase, isn't it?
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
It's kind of like fun and exciting, and a new person comes in, you're like, ooh, I can't wait to tell you all of these things, and that's what's fun about it. So if it's not that, I mean, listen, everybody knows I'm not sitting around on fucking Google Maps for 4 hours every day and rereading the poem backwards, sideways, and putting a light behind it and putting lemon juice on it and dancing around in circles and chanting, trying to figure out what happened. I'm just in it because the camping is cool. Yellowstone's beautiful. I love our adventures. And I enjoy this. I enjoy the stories and the people
and guess what?
the excitement.
Can I jump in? And
Yeah,
let's pretend a viable, crazy, undercover solution with Femme proof, and it was in the mountains in New Mexico. Well, that's another dope place we can go camp at and look at. Okay,
Yeah.
like we're not like against that. We're just saying like, yeah, Yellowstone, because that's the whole point of this. You get to go outside. You get to go outside and have fun. And at the same time, while you're outside having fun, enjoying your time, you get to go look for some treasure. Even though he specifically said you're not going to find it on vacation, we all did it on vacation. Don't we find irony in that? You're never going to find this on vacation. And I don't care what you say, it was a vacation.
Yes. When the pictures from our trip were 100% vacation photos. I mean, our daughter was just like, a memory popped up from, she was like, oh, I miss it. I want to go back. I mean, she doesn't care about the chase. It was fun. We had a great time as a family.
And then in the midst of all this fucking chaos that comes out of nowhere and drama comes out of nowhere, we're finding out that, yeah, in fact, I believe Packer Jack put it in his presentation. I don't know. I don't go through Facebook to know enough to know if it's validated, but it seems Cynthia said, yeah, Femme confirmed Jack moved to Puerto Rico to avoid tax issues and then found out that he didn't have to do that because it was going to be gifted to him. And that confirms the fact that he found it in October 2019, which is what we've been shouting. What does that mean? Again, nothing. No one has to do a victory lap here. It's okay, now we know. He found it earlier. He left it there. He was being very smart about it. What does that mean for anything else? I don't know. But we knew we were lied to.
Oh, yeah. And that video, Ben, with the whole, I don't want these emails, but I'm curious about these emails and all of the make it stop. Like, it just.
That's fucked, man.
It's not good.
I emailed him one time. He emailed him on June 2nd. But it was like a personal story. It wasn't asking for any information whatsoever. I didn't even ask for a reply. It was just one of those kind of notes.
Are we wrong?
I feel bad for even that.
But are we wrong? Did he hate all of the attention and emails and stuff? I thought there was at some point where people were saying in the chase, like, oh, yeah, Forrest loved the attention.
Well,
Forrest loved this. Forrest loved.
It evolved. I'm sure he loved it in the beginning. And then towards the end, he was tired. Plus, people break into his fucking, his house. A lot of shit changes shit. And then, by the way, someone found it and it isn't ending his game. A game he's been begged to end by the authorities. And he still can't end it because the finder won't end it. That's fucked.
It's sort of like getting into the chase at any point. In the beginning, it's very exciting and fun, and then you get fucked over.
All right, let's see what chat's saying. I'm gonna scroll way back up.
No, I was
Any
trying to
questions
do both.
as to what
Thank you, Carrie.
is?
Was there even a chest? I've asked myself that same question. Don't even get Ben started. Don't even get him started.
Well, that's part of. Well, I'm just saying that was part of the game. I mean, the dust cover of the book that we got with his poem says you need to have faith in a maverick. That a maverick went out and hid a chest in the Rocky Mountains or whatever he actually says. So yeah, that's part of it. You do have to question almost to yourself: did he actually do this? I think that's question. For me personally, I'm just saying, I think that should have been a question everyone asked themselves at one point, and then you go, yes, he did, or maybe he did, still worth looking for. If you didn't think so, then why were you in this chase at all? I'm not talking to anyone specifically, but if you didn't think he hid one whatsoever, okay, maybe you stayed for the social aspect of it just to watch it all, how it all goes down. But God forbid you had a boots on the ground.
Right. I think it's more of an after the fact. Like after they've searched and all this comes out, they're like, gosh, was there even a chest?
Chat, just kind of chatting. Nothing really to say out loud here. So Packer Jack saying, so what you're saying is you apologize for absolutely nothing.
Ha 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 ha. That's so you, babe.
Prevent Force. Which news? That was a good question from Bavetta. When we focus on the end of the chase, we miss the whole point of the chase, from Silver Fox. That's a good line. I like that. Yeah, stop talking bad about people in chat. Don't talk bad. We're not talking bad about anybody. So I hope chat keeps it that way too.
No, and that's a big part of the problem too. Everyone stop.
Well, do you want to get into that? That part?
Yeah, maybe maybe I'm a little bit sensitive because I have 5 children, and so I deal with fighting and bickering and going back. I mean, look what went on this morning before school, Ben. It's every day of our lives.
Right.
And I can't tell my kids, oh, this is just something that gets better when you get older. No, because it's the same fighting. So I don't know about you, Ben. I think that you touched on this a little bit already. We're not here for drama. We really aren't. I know that, of course, because we go live and we give information that, yes, we are putting some of that out there. But we're not, this isn't what we lay in bed at night and decide, oh, this drama is so much fun. Let's start drama. It's not what we're
And
here
I don't
for.
think we are,
And especially when there's
we're the
news.
breaking information channel either. We're the talk about it channel.
Right.
If something happens to go down while we're live, dope. But like, I mean, the only information I've brought to the community as like a breaking kind of thing was just the Reddit stuff, because I felt like everybody needed to know it. It was dropped in my lap. But like, other than
that's
that,
that's an area that you have expertise in.
right.
So, so we don't, we're just trying to talk about the information. That's all we're ever doing, especially me. I'm just talking. I wasn't even a searcher until after it was found. So, I just feel like this channel is kind of like our living room. We kind of bring people into our home whenever we go live. It's like our day to day. Look, our beds, blankets aren't folded on our bed. Like, you're in our home. And when you're in your chat, it's like you're hanging out in our living room. And
Right.
so when people are not being nice to one another, what would I do if you guys were fighting in my living room? I would say, hey, enough, easy, cool it off, like take a walk, step away. And so I think that's just, I don't know, Ben, I think that's what I did the other night. I think that's what we do all of the time in chat. I think that's what you do when you're live. You address those issues and kind of put a stop to them.
When I see it, my God, sometimes it's just.
So you can't catch it all. So I caught something that you didn't catch, and
But I eventually saw it. I was just like, guys, what are you doing?
Right.
But yeah, I mean, keep it chill. This is the chill place. People can not like each other. People can argue with and debate with each other all day. No topic is off limits. There's no censoring here, unless you're attacking somebody personally, whether through that's a joke or an innuendo or something like that. That wasn't going on. It was bickering and fucking name calling almost. Right. And it was insinuations into personal shit from both sides.
Past and stuff that wasn't even pertaining to anything we were discussing in that moment either. I understand things get heated, but it was
and we've all been there. But that's it.
And it's fine. It's totally fine because we've all done it. It's just a friendly reminder of, hey, take a step back, be nice. Let's focus on the topic at hand. That's all. So if that came across as any other way than me just moderating my own chat room, I'm sorry, it wasn't my intention, but that's how it felt on my end.
Now, I will say people do still talk to me behind the scenes. I don't know who will now when I go, I'm a free agent. I don't know that no one personally should take any of this as a personal anything. It's just an overall shift that we're doing. But yeah.
Yeah, and I'm gonna like
chat about the chase so the chat in the chat about the chase needs to remain in a way where we're not fucking yelling at each other.
Yeah.
Because we do talk about stuff that's going to get people riled up, not for the clicks and views, and that's purposely why this particular channel doesn't take money. Because we'll talk about the issues other ones don't want to talk about or can't get deep in, or maybe we happen to know about or can at least think about and ponder on that other people are afraid to. I don't know. Seems like afraid is really the key here. It's not. There's not a afraid of what? I have no fucking idea. But it doesn't seem like nefarious. It just seems like there's just fear to talk. Fear from all angles.
Fear of saying what you feel, giving your opinion.
I mean, that's kind of the whole world right now, isn't it?
Yeah.
God forbid I had a controversial opinion in my head and it happened to align with someone like who's getting shit on every day on Twitter, like right now, is like Joe Rogan. I listen to Joe Rogan. That doesn't make me agree with everything Joe Rogan thinks, but you're canceled. at this point. Now you're not really canceled, but like there's a, so like you can't talk about people. And so every circle within the globe, the smaller circles, these tribes we're in, we have our own, we just don't talk about stuff, I guess. And I'm not talking anything particular, but it's just people are afraid.
We don't talk about Bruno. Oh my God, that's a stupid movie.
Anyway, this drama that permeates into the chat, it's like, I think maybe there's some of that behind the scenes that we don't know about. Listen, we're new. There's lots of shit that's happened and transpired over the last few years that people have context over and have, or at least in their experience or know about, that we don't. So we have no idea sometimes. Ignorance is not a scary word or bad word. Some of this stuff we are ignorant on, right?
Yeah, and also easy on. I'm seeing some stuff being moderated in chat that's like not even worth moderating.
Right, and then I get complaints like, Ben, you're censoring me. Like, dude, I didn't see it.
And
I give a lot of wrenches out sometimes. Maybe I'll rescind some, but like,
yeah.
I'm also not going over the people who are doing it, because to me, it's not that big a fucking deal. All right, you got timed out. It was stupid. I agree. Wait, like I'm not going to do an investigation on who did it and yet reprimand them. If I see a pattern, then I'll take care of it. But like, everybody's going to chill the fuck out.
Yeah.
And if that means we go Maverick for a while, we go Maverick for a while.
Alan
I don't know
says
who my friends are anymore, except Sans for a couple of people.
Alan says, I've lost my mind and won nothing in this chase, except meeting amazing people and learning things I've never fathomed. And that's what it should be about.
Bingo.
That's what it is about for me. I like learning things. It's interesting. I like all of your stories. And I like the people. That's it.
They're having a fight if I'm Seth Rogen and Tom Cruise's baby or Matthew Perry's twin brother.
Oh.
Could I be in more Bing? Tom Cruise. I'll take the compliment for the Seth Rogen part.
I can see it. Yeah, I love Seth Rogen.
Ben is like if Matthew Perry was a cart boy at Safeway. I like that one.
Oh, ridiculous.
Everyone who has a channel, just go with the herd when it comes to info. Looking for holes in info can be productive. Sooner or later, you find things without holes. I mean, yeah, the journey to get the truth is a long and arduous one. But so be it. What do you think about Dale writing the Femme autobiography? I guess maybe that's not happening. Indy kind of updated in chat earlier saying that he didn't end up doing it. I still want to know what was, if he didn't end up doing it, fine. Now I have another question. And again, it's going to sound nefarious. It's going to sound like I assume Dale's up to something. No, but I just need to ask it so I can cross it off. But this is another, okay, so you got Femme's fishing log. We have these interviews all before the chest is technically found. And now you're telling me you probably have hours upon hours of interviews, secret interviews that were going to be used for an autobiography that you don't end up doing?
What happens to those?
What was the point of getting that information then? Now, life can take over, right? Oh, no, fuck this. Like, I don't want to write a book anymore. It's 2021. The world sucks. COVID sucks. I don't want to write a book. I'm doing something else. Perfectly fine explanation. That's probably what I assume is happening, right? Dale's just like, fuck this. I don't want to do it anymore. That's what I assume is going on. But there's going to be people in the chase who don't assume that and want to know answers. And I feel like if Dale's going to keep dropping info like this, at some point, maybe say something, even a written statement. Just say something, man. Just kind of address the timeline a little bit. Why? And people will believe you because you're a trustworthy man. I have no reason to not trust Dale. It's just that there's a lot of weird shit going on. And that if I was behind that weird shit, I'd go, yeah, I got to explain this.
Again, we have to also think about where we're getting the information about these people too. Like, people that are saying, even you, Candy, like, I don't really trust Dale, or, I mean, did he agree to write a book? Did he not? Is that a rumor? Where do we find that information? Did Dale say that? Like, I don't know anymore. And oh God,
right. Is it even true? Right.
Yeah,
Maybe this is just an interview and it was meant to be released and it just didn't get released yet. And it wasn't for an autobiography at all. Oh, no. Femme said, you're writing my autobiography. Nobody knows that. He said it.
Yeah. Okay.
So that's legit. I mean, that's
Maybe
legit.
it's
Ben
just
fucking said it.
yeah, maybe he's just has to go like undercover right now because he's getting so much heat for it. Or, but then again, why release everything? I don't know. Yeah, Dale had a
So
lot
they're
of
gonna control
information.
Ben's chats with wrenches. Ben, you still got the bad people in your midst. Well, sometimes you keep the bad people close, right?
So I don't know. I'd be interested to read it. I'm very interested in if there's any more recordings or interviews. I mean, we know there are, right? If these are released, then there are.
Oh God, yeah. There's got to be tons more now.
Yeah. Candy is saying maybe Shiloh or Preston might take over.
I would love that. That'd be dope. Both have rapport with the community. Whether you trust them or don't trust them, they're players in the game. I would take it from a player in the game rather than nothing or you know the jibber jabber we got from Jack.
Yeah.
Ben, then why did K-Pro and Cynthia say the three were writing a book? Did I don't know if I heard that or not. Did they say they're writing a book?
I haven't heard that one.
I don't know. I do not know on that one. Specify exactly what truth you're looking for. That's a tough one. Lots of truths. I want whatever Fenn wrote down in that autobiography in the olive jar. That's what I want. I don't want, oh, this is Fenn's autobiography. No offense. I'll read it from Dale, but if he had done that. I don't want Cynthia's autobiography of Fenn. I don't want Shiloh's autobiography of Fenn. I will read all of them. I'll purchase all of them. I don't want them. I want what Fenn wrote down on those pieces of paper and rolled up into a jar and sealed it fucking shut. That's what I want. That's my truth. And I'm not going to get it. Probably not. But that's what I wanted. And I wanted to share that.
What I would like is for you to have what you want.
Oh, I love you, boo.
That'd make me happy.
Ben, what do you think about the recording being done without forced knowledge? What recording? The recording we heard from Cynthia, that to me tells me that was done with his knowledge. All context points that he knew that was happening. Unless you mean something else. I don't know. Dale has many books under pseudonyms.
I think that's what she means. I think.
Oh. Okay. I mean, I don't know. See, again, there's some context here. Maybe I just don't know. Why did Dale, again, not an attack on Dale, but I don't believe in crazy fucking coincidences. Why, when I'm outside of the dude talking about with Sam USA China and Jason North Face talking about Fenn and his brother spending $20K each to buy the dude and build it up. And we're talking about that as it pertains to Fenn's final words to Matt Smell the Sunshine and you know, pouring the water, squirting the water out. We looked at it as a treasure map, a small treasure map for a jar. And so we're discussing in detail right outside of the dude all of this. And it was, and our what one of our main theories revolved around was using the numbers here a little bit. And we said, didn't Fenn make 20K a number with this thing all the time? Maybe he wants us to go back to that. Blah, blah, blah. How much did the big sign cost? Dale, 30 minutes later, posts, emails no one's seen before where Fenn discusses purchasing the dude for 20K. Now, is that a coincidence? Am I making my world bigger than it is and no one's listening to us? It's not happening. It's what? Sure, maybe. But there's just too much weird shit going on. I haven't let go of that one. So I don't know what to trust or who to trust. And that's kind of the problem. There's no treasure chest. When there's a treasure chest out there, I totally get it. All bets are off. That's why I was a lurker. But there's no treasure hunt now, is there? Is there? I don't believe so. So then what the fuck? I thought we were all going to be friends in this community. So maybe we were on some of these friendships and maybe we won't on some of these others, but I don't get the dismissal of people's feelings, the dismissal of, one day you're a friend, one day you're not. One day, you're trusted. One day you're not trusted when you haven't done anything each time. And that's as specific as I'm going to get, but enough. Free agency, baby. And that's not to say we were anybody's beforehand, but like, we certainly push our friendships and we push our friends. And I don't think there's a friendship anymore. That's fine. We also don't go to war and go to battle and do anything to spare, but we also don't push it either. We'll go to World Series of Femme.
Well, we don't have to. We just don't.
What?
We don't have to. We just want to participate.
Right. I mean, I'm going to participate in the poker tournament. Maybe Shiloh's donating something cool. Maybe we're told he's going to donate something cool, but nothing ends up showing up. Who knows? I'll play in the poker tournament because there's people in the poker tournament who I want to play with and talk to. But the rest of it, maybe I'll show up, maybe I won't. But nah. And that goes for future events too. I'm going to go to Yellowstone in April and again in June. But I'm going to go. If people happen to be there, great. So what?
We'll have fun. We always have fun, no matter what we're doing. We always have fun. So
I agree with Packers. 2019, everything's pointing back to 2019 again. Although October 2019 versus August 2019, still up for debate. I don't believe there's proof, even from what Cynthia's heard, what she's saying. I don't think there's any kind of confirmation on October 2019. But sure as shit seems like the timeline is forcing us to go back to 2019 with what even Forrest has confirmed now. There is a video out there where Dale talked about the autobiography. I believe he said he wasn't able to gather it all or something like that. Yeah, and maybe. That's perfect. I mean, that sucks. What a large undertaking to do, though. I don't know if I'd want to do it, even if I'm a close friend of his. My God. Dale has balls just to even try to undertake that fucking mission.
Luli, are you going to World Series of Femme?
I thought his autobiography. Right, that's what I mean. I'm wondering, Miriam, like, what the fuck? Again, so any other autobiography I have no interest in, I will read, no interest in. I'm interested in the one sealed in the olive jar. That's where I'm interested in. I'm way behind on chat.
I know you are.
Oh, hell no. We're not quitting treasure hunting either. You and I will be having updates on this channel about our DB Cooper stuff when the weather cooperates with us.
And whatever else we get into.
And whatever else we get into. Fuck yeah.
Also, I have some other ideas too.
Ooh,
just for fun stuff that we could do on YouTube that maybe is not treasure related. We'll see.
I hear you, Shy Guy.
Jack registered for Puerto Rico tax status September 30th. So if that was after the find, he found it before October.
Which means August.
Mm-hmm.
Who said that?
Bavetta.
Bavetta. All right. So, I mean, all signs point to an August 2019 find. And leaving it there. Oof. 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 I wonder the timeline of what Forrest knew and when he knew it. They said, I think, on the auction site that they didn't contact Forrest. Now, that could have been a lie. Who knows? Bear, I don't think I'm being a baby. Maybe I'm being a little bit of a baby. That might be fair. A baby bear. I'm being a cub. Because the solve is Cub Creek.
Ridiculous.
You're ridiculous.
You're ridiculous.
It's been a few long years without many clues. Feeling melancholy from his head to his shoes. Mr. Ben Napple has the olive jar blues. Wow.
So clever, Packer Jack.
Holy shit. Packer Jack, do you know what time it is?
Smoke weed every day. Smoke weed every day. Smoke weed every day. Smoke weed every day.
Well, now I got to come up.
The door is open, milady.
Taking my protein bar.
No treasure, so why are people withholding info from us? Makes no sense. Concur. I understand why Jack is withholding. That's fine. I understand why Jack is. Anybody not Jack, I have no fucking clue why they're withholding. Anybody not named Jack Stoof. And that includes, honestly, and I love and respect the guy. Flaws and everything. That includes Forrest over the summer. Like, again, why is everybody protecting the finder this much? We don't want the finder. We just want the solve. Sounds such like spoiled, rotten babies. Because we were promised a solve for 9 years. That shit got retconned in 2019. And gee, I wonder why it got retconned in 2019. Because Fenn found out that someone found his chest and his quest was ended, yet didn't do anything about it. Maybe that's why he started to change his tune in 2019. What's up?
I'm here for.
Oh,
for
shit.
What time
Sorry.
It is.
I was in the middle of oh, see, I hate YouTube. There you go. All right. Sorry.
You don't have to do the song for me.
No, I won't. Here.
Smoke weed every day. Smoke weed every day.
You better dance your way out of the room now.
Smoke weed every day. Smoke weed every day.
Okay.
Okay.
Back to my corner.
So what? Yo, I put together more of a timeline if you want to chat about it. I mean, yeah, I will. Not today. Today, after we're done streaming, I'm gonna not think about the chase.
You're gonna take me out?
Yeah, we're gonna do something else. I don't want to think about the chase for the rest of the weekend, to be honest.
Well, that means it gets to be an Ashley weekend.
Okay, now I finally got the Bavetta for the tax status. Yeah.
Oh, it took you that long? Boy, oh boy, oh boy.
It's a lot going on in chat, man.
Mm-hmm.
People got thoughts. Imagine if you, Dark says, imagine if you bid on and win the olive jar, but Forrest secretly has rigged it like the cryptex from the Da Vinci Code, like Banksy, and it gets erased if opened wrong. I would love the shit out of that. That would be the dopest dope of ever dope to ever happen in the dopest of dope timelines.
Can you catch up to chat?
I'm almost there, right? 12 4. Oh, I'm 4 minutes behind.
Okay.
Banksy is a god. Ben, you fed us a clickbait headline. No quit. Yeah, no, I quit. I quit free agent. I'm not like doing the things. Like you're not gonna see me in any of the chats anymore. I'm not showing up in other people's streams anymore. Hey, what's up? Like, no. You guys want to get a hold of me, you know where to get a hold of me on Ashley's Facebook or when we go live, and that's it. You'll find me at World Series of Femme, but not at the events aside from the poker tournament. I'll be at the bar chilling with Ashley, or we'll be playing poker, or maybe we're walking around and you can come see it. But other than that, it was kind of clickbaity, yeah. Clickbait requires a reward in the back end of that. Again, I guess I have to repeat it like 78,000. I'm not going to. You know what I was going to say. Ashley in Mexico. Ashley, are you in Mexico?
What? I missed that one. Who said
Jordan
that?
G10 asked you if you're in Mexico.
Oh, yes. I'm in Hawaii. The palm trees?
I would
don't
love
know.
to know what kind of portal you walked through to get up here and smoke weed with me and then go downstairs into Mexico.
If you have to ask, you'll never know.
Ben and Ashley's Super Bowl halftime show. I mean, why the fuck not? Yeah, we'll do a Super Bowl halftime show. Done. Book it. We'll do a Super Bowl halftime show.
Yay.
We'll just comment on the bullshit happening at the Super Bowl halftime show. That'll be our Super Bowl halftime show.
Yeah. And then I can show you all my wonderful Super Bowl appetizers that I've made. Because in this future, I've made them, and they're fabulous.
Will I be more drunk at halftime of the Super Bowl or 5 o'clock Friday night in Vegas?
Oh. Ooh, that's a tough one. You like your football drinkies, but I'm gonna have to say that Vegas because we're getting there earlier. Are we
And the
not?
drinks are.
So you will have already started drinking probably on the plane.
We'll drink probably, but the drinks are free when you gamble, so we're gonna be drinking.
That means I have to gamble a little bit.
Yeah, you do, but you knew that. Why do you think we've been doing less date nights? Duh, budget. Do you think Jack told FF something extremely spot on than previous searchers that were in the close proximity, thus FF saying it will be found? I mean, yeah, sure. I think the truth is somewhere in the vicinity of Jack found it in August of 2019 and sent something to Fenne related to pictures that proved without a shadow of a doubt that, oh fuck, he was there. Why didn't he announce that why didn't he take it? What the fuck's going on? I think that moment happened at some point for Fenne. Which is crazy stupid.
Oh yeah, what about the pictures? I wonder when the pictures were from then. There was nothing looked into his photos.
Wait, the picture like meeting with Jack? Fenne? No, come on. There was a COVID mask in one of them. They didn't anticipate.
Yeah.
COVID.
Yeah.
Those photos were in 2020. I'm gonna mute this for a second.
He didn't have any
community again. Like
I can just hear you through the window. It's weird because I can see you. I can see you packing it, but you can't hear it. But I can hear it. It's funny. Why did Forrest introduce Jack as Billy? I think he might know. Working on it.
So Sam, you say China says he's gonna know this. Interesting. I'm interested in an update, Sam. See, this is what I mean. Nothing's changing. People who want to tell me what they're working on and reach out to me and all that shit. Fuck yeah. Like, I'm not leaving. It's just I was close. Like full on.
I don't really think that your video was clickbait like those YouTube videos the kids watch because you were kind of undecided up until the very moment that you went live, I think.
It really was. I had 2 clips ready.
Yeah.
One was the Leo clip, and the other one was something else, and I won't say what it was, but yeah, I had 2 choices. It was fine. It was interesting. Not that anything I do matters, but like to myself it mattered. So like it was interesting which one. I didn't know which one I was going to click, to be honest.
That's what I'm saying. So it wasn't really. I know people were saying that, and you even said, "Oh, people are going to think this," but it wasn't really clickbait.
In my opinion, Jack plus attorneys helped Jack find it. Attorney's new location. They have controlled the narrative, as I'm guessing what you're going for. I mean, I know lawyers are not the best people in the world, but they're also the experts on the law, and I doubt they want to do something as egregious as that. But I guess. I mean, I would certainly use a lawyer to communicate something, but and maybe that was done in 2019. And maybe a lawyer thinks, that never has to come up, so it doesn't matter. I don't know. That's too much assumptions for me to even fathom.
So they're talking about the in situ picture, not the picture meeting Fenne.
Oh, the in situ picture. Oh, that makes a lot of sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because a chest found in August 2019 makes a lot more sense that it's bone dry.
Yes.
So that picture maybe being taken August of 2019. Bingo. I think that's spot on. Or I mean, who knows? All I know is the silver bracelet's gone, not in that photo. With the turquoise bracelet's not in the photo. The chest is bone dry, and the descriptions are that it's brimming with water, waterlogged. The plastic bags are full of water. Where? There's not a drop anywhere. That alone is the most ridiculous, audacious explanation we've gotten in the chase. It's as egregious as the magic bullet theory in the JFK assassination. If you're going to get me to believe that chest was, come on, get out of here. Don't even get me started on the wood warping and what the wood looks like in between each chest, because I've dug that deeper into that lately, and it doesn't make sense. Cynthia sure did get active in October 2019 on YouTube. Sunlight Creek, Chaos, Embroidery, etc. Well, she certainly knew. And it seems like that's why we got those statements put out that, please slow down on emails with Forrest. So
Yes, that makes a lot of sense now.
I just wonder who else has met with Forrest and has stories that corroborate this, counter this, have more to the story, and they're afraid of speaking out or don't want to speak out to certain people. I just wonder if those people exist. Seems like now would be the time to maybe want to talk.
Sorry, I have a friend that's like randomly just started sharing location and then called me, and I don't know what it's about.
That's weird.
Yeah.
John Tider's in the chat. I love when John Tider's in the chat. Time traveler extraordinaire. Cynthia was in Sunlight with me in Sunlight Creek in 2019. There's nothing dodgy about her. Yeah, I mean, there's not. What? So she was searching in 2019, just like she did every other time when she could search. Like, didn't she have hundreds of searches? She's out there all the time. Fuck it, that's what I'd be doing if I was her.
We're getting old. My friend was like, sorry, I don't know what I did, but I guess I'm sharing my location. I said, oh, okay, I thought you were being kidnapped and just trying to tell me to come find you.
Is that our generation now where we're fucking the technology up?
Yeah, she's like, I don't know how I did it. It's happening.
You mean our kids can just hit on their phone location share and you can disable that, right?
Yeah, of course. But she just somehow, I think, turned it on accident. I only thought that because when I was like first dating again as an adult woman, I would go out with guys and I would send my location. I would give my friends my location too. And then like tell them where I was and where I was going, because I've listened to way too many murder podcasts and I was thinking I was going to end up never coming home and chopped up and hidden in the walls somewhere.
It's rather intricate to hide you in the walls.
I don't know why that's always my go-to, but I always have a fear that someone is going to...
Have you seen where like they hide the body in the walls?
That's a really good question. It's got to be some 90s thing that I saw when I was young, because I have this really...
In the Matrix, they're hiding in the walls. And they're
yeah, but I have a fear of being murdered and then dismembered and hidden in the walls.
That's so strangely specific. You had to have seen that in a movie or something. You had
when I was little, something like that.
For a while, I thought German Shepherds were the scariest dogs in the world, and they turned into aliens, because I saw, maybe somebody in the chat has seen this. There was an old alien movie. It might have been like a TV movie of the week or something like that. It had like Mar Winningham, that lady. I think she was in Grey's Anatomy for a minute. She's like Grey's mother or something like that. But she's in this movie, and it's like it has aliens in it, and like it's one of the first representations I think I saw on television of the gray alien. And she's like walking in her dream. She's like walking into this abandoned house, like that's still being constructed or something, or I don't know. And she's following the sound of this German Shepherd barking. and she gets closer and closer to it. She finally gets up to it. It's not moving. It's just barking. So she gets super up close to it, like to its nose. And they do a close up of the dog just barking in the fucking little girl's face. And then like a flash happens. And it's it's like an alien gray about to abduct her. And that scene scarred me for a long time. Unknown. What is it? Is it called abduction or abducted or something like that? Again, Mare Winningham. Can you look it up though? Or is it hard to do on your phone while you're doing all that?
No, I can do it. Tell me what it is.
Her name is Mare Winningham, something like that. She's like Gray's. I'm pretty sure she was Gray's mother. If you scroll back,
yeah.
Scroll to like anywhere from like 93 back. It's like 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, something like that. And it'll be an obvious title when you see it. Like it'll be like Resurrection or something. It'll be an ominous title. It's like one word. I'm pretty sure it's like abduction or something like that.
TV series. There's a TV series, Intruders.
Ooh,
But it was a movie, not a series.
Well, maybe it was like a TV series. Oh shit! Now I should look at it. Show me a picture to the screen. Oh fuck it!
It's not very easy to. It's much easier for you to do it than for me to do this for you.
Share screen.
She's a Taurus.
Share. She's a Taurus. Okay.
I'm a Taurus.
I like how you felt the need to point that out.
That's just me, babe.
It's not me, babe.
No, it's not.
Well,
what?
It's actually from a song. But,
what is it from?
Johnny Depp says that in the courtroom to the judge. It's not me, babe. It's not me you're looking for. What was I looking for? Shit, I forgot.
Mare Winningham.
Mare Winningham.
I mean, I don't know. It's Mare. I don't know.
Mari?
I'm not sure. Marra. It's Marra.
Marra.
What is Wolf Creek? Apparently I can't watch it. Don't tell me what I can't do.
Intruders.
Yale killer hit
his
girlfriend in a
it was
wall.
like a two.
Maybe this was it.
They call it an episode. It's just two movies. That's what it is.
Like a little mini series.
Yeah, it's a mini series. It's just a 2-part fucking movie. And so Intruders. Okay, so if I type in Intruders, oh shit, there's probably so many movies. What was it? 92. I wonder if they show like an image of this. Intruders movie
ceiling
images. Oh fuck! See, look, that's fucking creepy shit. It's like a humanoid gray alien.
That is weird. This whole time of when they made these kinds of movies with the technology, I mean, because we didn't have good graphics and all that, it made it scarier. It was creepier looking. The shittier it was, the more low budget, the scarier it was sometimes for me.
Yeah,
you're a
seriously.
Sagittarius, Rob? One of my sons is a Sagittarius as well.
Yo, they don't have like the dog barking alien moment scene. I'm not going to go any further than.
If that movie was made now, there would be gifs of it, but this is old.
Right. Yeah,
it's old.
So why did Forrest have everyone looking for the Finder in September Femme finale? Did Jack rep himself as Billy in June or as a rep of the Find? I see. Like these are questions. Like if you're already onto something.
Okay.
What?
Is this the question about Fenn wanting to know and pictures of everyone that was there?
Yeah. Yeah. That's a strange tidbit with all
it's a strange request. Yeah.
We have now. I wonder what that means.
That's interesting. I'd be curious to know what rabbit hole Sam is going down.
Funny Lover says there's not one shred of evidence that Jack found the chest. He's a reporter. I mean, I used to say, well, he has pictures with the chest and Fenn, but then you got to believe Fenn to some extent, right? I mean, why did Forrest and Jack take huge interest. Both emailing the same guy hundreds times named Billy and not just chase-related emails. Wait, how do you know Jack is taking an interest in the same guy named Billy or something? Where see this? You're already beyond. I don't know what we're talking about anymore.
All right, someone's saying Forrest did not have everyone looking for the finder. Again, that was an interpretation presented to us. That how now
Yeah, I mean that's a good.
being
Who
said
said that?
I think it was Matsui. I lost it.
Well, that's. I mean, yeah. So we're going off the word of people now. A bunch of separate people are saying the same thing, though. I mean, at some point you got to buy.
But is it an insinuation, or did Fenn actually say I was looking for the finder?
If it's an insinuation that's made incorrectly by separate people. Multiple people independently coming to the same incorrect conclusion, which is very likely or very possible.
Yes, but in this, no, Ben. In this situation, it's very possible.
Yeah.
If someone, it's like everyone assuming. It's like you assuming that when the kids come up to the bedroom and look around and shut the door, you assume they were looking for me. And what if they weren't? Well, they're always looking for me, but.
Visionary says there was a body hidden in the wall in one of the Columbo episodes.
Oh.
Peter Falk.
What I need you guys to do, I think now, is just send me every single piece of media that included someone being chopped up and hidden in walls. And maybe if I look at all of it, it will help me and I can just get over this fear that I have. Just force me to watch the movies with this. Maybe not. I don't know. I'm into it.
Queen Anne says I might want to go to WSOF now. Change your mind, Queen Anne.
Well, it's there.
Paul says I talked to a fellow at the Femme finale. He said he was the finder. I kind of believe him. Interesting.
Anyone we know?
Jack was in Florida on June 6th, 2021. Okay. Why do I care? Finder wasn't at finale, according to F. And see, this is where we have to go. Do you believe Forrest? Let's assume Forrest says, yeah, the finder wasn't at the finale. I looked into it. Well, A, why did you look into it? B, okay.
Is this why Ben was talking about replacing the drywall in the bathroom?
Am I missing a joke?
Because someone hid it in the drywall, in the wall.
Oh,
you know what drywall is.
I am
you
missing
know what drywall is? Yeah.
Oh, Funny Lover meant 2020. So Funny Lover is saying that Jack was in Florida on June 6th, 2020. You got proof of that?
Forrest never said what publicly.
What were we talking about previous?
There was a hippie in the wall. There's a hippie South Park episode, and you haven't had me watch that yet?
Oh, he's saying that Fenn said that there was no finder at the finale, I think.
Oh, okay.
What did you say again?
There is a South Park episode with hippies and a hippie in the wall, and you haven't had me watch it yet. You haven't had me watch a hippie. What is wrong with you?
There's so many South Park episodes. I forgot.
I know. I'm so behind. But yeah, we have to watch the hippie one. I love hippies. I'm a hippie.
Forrest Fenn's Ghost. It's not time for anything yet because I gotta reload the bong.
Oh well, let me know when it's time.
Hey Boo, we need to see. This is what's happening. I'm getting hybrided right now. Do you know what that means?
I don't want to do it.
What do you mean you don't want to do it?
I gotta go and.
No, get it. I'm saying delivered.
I know, I'm lazy. I gotta text. I gotta see what they have. I gotta pick something.
Oh, Bermuda grass. Oh, you gotta pick between Bermuda grass. Oh, you poor thing. What's that from?
Don't know.
I bet somebody knows what that's from.
Well, whoever it is, you're not getting a wrench.
No more wrenches getting given out. In fact, we might be retracting some wrenches here pretty soon.
We might have to start with a clean slate to start over.
Right? Maybe we just de-wrench everybody and start over and not give them away via movie trivia. Well, maybe give one away via movie trivia.
Okay, so let's see what flower we have today. Maybe I'll let the chat choose.
What are they choosing?
Our flower. Okay, guys, we got. Okay, I see you.
I'm out of Coke. I'm out of weed Coke.
Okay, I wish they had listed them by like sativas. We need a sativa. Are we good on indica or hybrid or what?
Both, really. But pure sativa, pure indica, because we have neither. We only have a hybrid.
I know. Whew. Jet fuel, LA Confidential.
The names that they have for this shit.
Paris XXS.
Here, can you show it?
XX.
Can you show it on the screen so I can see?
You want to see all of them?
No, just show me the ones that you have interest in, and then I'll pick from those.
Oh, have we done panty dropper before?
No, show me that one.
I don't know what it is. Wait.
No, right there. Okay. It looks pretty basic. What is that? Is that a indica or is that a sativa?
I gotta click on it and see. Taking a whiff of the panty dropper is like walking through a garden full of flowers. I can't even say this with a straight face.
Yes, I love it.
Within minutes after it settles, this strain will lift one's spirits in a dreamy cloud. If anything, the sensation is similar to floating in carefree happiness as one slips into a casual disposition. Its high THC levels contain impressive pain-killing effects that relieve the body of aches. It sounds like an indica, yeah?
This seems more like an indica than
Yeah.
a sativa.
Well, they don't list them. I have to just know. I know if it's OG, it's indica, but I have to just know.
This isn't impressing me. Let's not fall for a name. In fact,
Okay.
if they had to name it panty dropper, it's probably a shit strain that they need to sell. So next.
Okay, let me find a good one.
Yeah.
Have we done grape? Great. What about grape ape? Have we tried that?
Ooh, tell me more about grape ape.
Let's see. Tasty, memorable strain with strong indica root. Okay, this looks like a hybrid indica.
Yes, funny lover.
Here, you want to look at it? It looks like this.
Oh, see, that's much more impressive. Yes, that's a yes. What is that? That's indica.
That's an indica.
An indica. All right.
Indica.
Yes. Indica's covered. Grape ape. Next.
Okay,
sativa
so let's
time.
remember grape ape. Now I gotta find a sativa. Hold on.
Oh shit! Now I have to remember grape ape. I'm gonna try to.
It's like me trying to remember to get you something from the gas station.
Yeah, of course, grape ape's an indica. It's like, isn't it based on a Kush of some kind? Grape Kush. Or
Yeah.
something?
Yeah. Well, there's a private reserve. Train wreck. Okay, Tangy Dream. That's a good one. I like
Tell
that
me more
one.
about train wreck. Show me train wreck.
We've done train wreck.
Yeah, we've done train wreck, and we've done it recently. Never mind.
Okay.
Yeah, grape ape's an oldie. Sorry.
Strawberry cough.
Strawberry cough. I've never heard of
And
that.
they have sour diesel. They have
Sour
private
diesel.
reserve. They have Maui Wowie.
Maui Wowie.
Oh, they have Blue Dream though.
Blue Dream. It is.
That's what I want.
All right, done.
Blue Dream and Grape Ape. Let's see what they got them. If they don't, then hold on.
I smoked Pineapple Express Dark. Who's counting coins? Somebody funny lovers counting coins at World Series of Femme? Private Reserve is Willie Nelson. Ooh, I'm almost saying we get Private Reserve, but that's fine.
What this was? Wait,
Blue Dream is so go-to though.
I've only done it in the vape pen. It's Blue Dream is private reserve as well.
Yeah, that's why I was like confused when you're saying private reserve. I was like, that's like a whole brand. That's not like a
No.
strain.
Yeah, because there was a private reserve XJ13.
Yeah, that's a good one.
It is.
Ooh, yeah, get that.
It's pricey.
I know it's a good one. Oh, for the weekend, this will be our last batch before Vegas. We won't get any more after this, so we'll make it last.
All right, so you want the XJ13?
Yeah, it's an XJ13 kind of weekend. Shit, we might even go live again.
Okay, let's find them now.
It'll be about something unrelated to Chase, maybe. Who knows?
I don't think their email is work.
Braven in the weed. We're not turning a new leaf. Nothing about Ashley or I are changing. We've been who we are throughout this whole thing, and that's not ever changing. We're just disengaging from the other community aspects of this, because frankly we don't know who to trust in the community. So I'm the kind of person that if I put you in my circle, I trust you, and I put you in my circle. But if I'm going to be around people that I shouldn't necessarily be trusting, then I don't want to put those people in my circle. So I'm kind of like, it's like an all or nothing kind of guy I am.
You have a very
but
you have a very small circle too. Like you're very particular about who is in your life. So, the people that are, it's
right. And so, I don't expect the same from people because I handle it that way. But what I do expect is, RESPECT. Find out what it means to me. Indy says, I'm in your circle, dagnabbit. Ashley, tell them. Again, like I said, you've been to our house. I get it. Yes, of course you are. Until you do something against us. I'm not saying you will, but it's like, doesn't it feel like everybody's at the point where they just worry, when's the next? Okay, I'm friends with so-and-so until they do something wrong against me. And it feels like that's prevalent everywhere across the Chase when I hear other people talking about other people. And it's not like anybody's doing anything particularly wrong or aggressive or against other folks. It's just everybody's so paranoid themselves that you become paranoid yourself without you even realizing it.
yeah.
And it's an unnecessary stress. When I do a mental calculation of my week, the previous week, and I go through like a top 5, what were the top 5 stressors of this week, and they're all the same fucking topic. Okay, well then there you go, Ben. You know what the problem is.
You're recognizing a pattern.
For the last month or for the last 6 months. I've done it for the last few months now in my head, thinking of the last day.
So when I started bujoing, I don't know if you know what that is, but my bullet journal, I haven't done it a lot as much recently, but like really bullet journaling every day. One of the reasons why that became popular and was because the idea behind it was that you take, it's really just making multiple lists over and over again, but you're taking stuff from like Monday. Like let's say, okay, I want to, buy this thing. And then I don't get it to Monday. So then I move it to Tuesday and then it moves. And what you're supposed to do after a while is see the things that are important to you. Like, what are the things you're consistently getting done? What are the things that you're not doing that you realize I don't even need to do those things anymore? Like I'm putting them up and they don't get done and I don't need them. And that's kind of what you have to do constantly with life and friendships and
yeah. Like I'm saying, I can still, like, again, I'm not going to war with anybody. There's we're cordial to everybody.
Guys, I'm going to get a tan. I'm getting my base tan for Vegas right now.
Do you need a tan for Vegas?
Listen, base tans are a thing. You don't know about it because you're not a woman. You always need a base tan. Ladies, when is a base tan ever a bad idea? Jeez. Just let me get my skin cancer in peace, okay?
Good grief, Charlie Brown.
They're checking to see if they have it in stock, boo.
Oh, okay. We're waiting then. That's what I was wondering. And someone asked, like, the THC percentage. It's the most overrated part of picking out weed. Just FYI. I know it feels like it should work like alcohol content or something. The more percentage alcohol content, the drunker you're going to get. That's a fact. Yes.
Are you about to say that you don't think that weed with the higher THC doesn't hit harder?
Yes. No. I it does. But what you're doing when you just look at percentages is you're giving yourself a blanket high. Oh, it's 40% THC? That's super fucking high. I'm going to get super fucking baked. Yeah, but it's going to bake you in a different way than the 26% or the 29%. And the percentages mean a lot of THC, sure, but like, what are you going for? Because maybe you were going to write. Now you can't even fucking write because you're fidgety or something. You know, like,
Yeah.
what's the definition of high to you? High to me is where I reach a point where I'm feeling fantastic, where I'm in control. I don't feel too fidgety. I don't feel too relaxed. I feel like everybody has a different high. High doesn't just have to be, I'm fucking stoned, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, that's not mine.
No, I'm not saying that's yours either, but that's what I mean by when THC percentage is just an overrated thing to look for when trying to purchase the weed. Do I pay attention to it? Sure, yeah, of course I do, but that's more just to keep track of what it does.
Oh, they don't have the XJ13.
Mother of fuck. All right, get the Blue Dream.
Let me ask.
God damn. That's too bad. Of course they don't have the XJ13.
More is not always more, I think is what you're kind of saying with the THC. More
Correct.
is not always more.
Correct. And are you more high if you're just like this? Now, if you had gone from 10% alcohol and you're drinking, you're like, oh, yeah, man, I'm not as white girl wasted as that one. Woo, loving it. And then you go to like shots of like 100% vodka, 100 proof vodka. 5 shots later, you're white girl fucking wasted. Not you, but like whoever that person is.
I would say.
It's inevitable. You can't get away from it. Now, some people handle their liquor better than others, but everybody will agree the higher the percentage, the more of an effect it will have universally. Not the same with weed. It's not so universal. It's different with everybody. You got to find the right weed for you.
I think that what I learned too that I didn't know about weed before actually smoking it was
Exactly what I'm saying.
I just thought like people that smoked pot were just stoners, all of them.
Some of us are. And sometimes you have stoner moments. We've had stoner moments.
Oh, 100%. But it's not like all day walking around what I thought was like, like, you know, like not doing anything.
No, but like
around.
it's Saturday morning. We thought we were going to clean the garage this day and then go get groceries and a couple of errands done. And it's cloudy and raining. And I roll over with the bong and I go, how about we watch a movie and get baked? And we do that because the kids are all at your mom's house or something, and we're like in the couch going, can you move? Nope, I can't move. Do you want some water? Yeah, I want some water. You want to go get it? Nope, can't feel my leg. Okay, we just sit there anyway, keep watching the movie and laughing. Like, we have those moments.
Yeah, that's not how you are every day. That's not how we are right now after we smoked. So
right.
Is that bong ready, by the way?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm coming. I need to take a break from the sun. Oof.
Ben got me so high, I ordered DoorDash twice. I mean,
we did order DoorDash twice.
I am a walking, talking, hopefully Chuck Norris making type of person. Like, you know, Chuck Norris can't, all those Chuck Norris. I hope this is a new trend. Ben got me so high, and you filled in.
Oh boy, I have lots of those stories. I have a lot of Ben got me so high, Okay, here I come.
We should put a poll up. Did I put a clickbait title? Yes. Because it was the truth. All right, here's the...
I mean, I can do it.
You can do it?
I can try.
Can you hit the soundboard while you do it too?
I have to do all the things?
No, yeah. No, I'm kidding. But what time is it, though? What time do you have to get the kids? Oh, shit. What time do you have to get the kids? Oh, that's right. They're getting picked up.
Yes.
Guess what time it is now?
Smoke weed every day.
I knew they were already getting picked up. I thought you'd remember that. I was still setting you up for what time it is. You didn't even know it. But then I got fucked up.
Smoke weed every day.
That's a big one, guys.
I kind of want to. So is this Ben's final show? That's a good question. No, it's not my final show. It might be the final Chase-related show for a while. We're certainly not going in other channels. We're not going to be participating in any of that stuff. We're just going to do our own thing here. But we're still going to be doing like our Oak Island shit. Alan and I are still going to do our DB Cooper stuff. Like, there's still stuff going on. When someone drops news like that, like Cynthia did, like, yeah, we'll go on and talk about it. That's what we want to do. Again, that's what we do it for. Nothing else.
We get to go live whenever we want, which is what we've done before. It's nothing changes.
If you guys feel like
Honestly, nothing's changing.
we do it for talking. That's why we want you here, so we can chit chat with y'all. That's all. No hidden motive there. Lose the rap though. No, man, smoke weed every day is never going away.
It's kind of our thing. Oh, they're so great over here. I do have Blue Dream. We also have Sour Tangy if you want to grab that again. Every time.
Liar!
They hold that fucking XJ13 for themselves. I bet they still have it. Fucking liars. I think there might be a huge treasure hunt, new boots on the ground announcement at WSOF. Where are you getting that from, Indy? Holy shit, that's all caps too. That's important.
Uh-oh, did something happen?
I don't know. Look at Indy. Look at the caps.
I'm not going to look at Indy. I'm going to fucking text Indy. I'm going to text her right now. What the fuck?
Okay, Forest Frenzy set me up for a clickbait comment. All right, well done, Forest Frenzy. Hooli, I respect whatever you decide, but the chase needs people who seek truth and don't twist it. Well, what is the truth? Are we? It feels like we're closer to it. It does feel that way, but you know, the means and methods to want to get to the truth and to talk about the truth and to talk to people who know the truth. It's like, I don't know. I was under the illusion I was making friends along the way. Guess I wasn't. When do you arrive next week? We arrive, I think we land
next week.
It's next week, boo. We're 1 week away. We're gonna land probably, I don't know, early morning, like, you know, something like 8, 9 in the morning. Be careful what you wish for. What did we wish for?
Who says this?
Silver Fox.
Oh.
Can we get to the bottom of the Forest Frenzy identity, please? Hey, I mean, this is what I mean. Like, it was fun a couple days ago. I'm just kind of over it.
Yeah, who cares, really, honestly.
If it's Jack, it's Jack. If it's not Jack, it's some fucking whatever. Who cares? This is what I'm talking about that I'm sick of, the games. If there's still a game going on, sure, games are fun. I enjoy games. I'll play games. If there's a game to be played, I'm not going to fucking waste my time on it, though. The more truth we get, the uglier it gets. That's true. Okay, be careful what you wish for. Fair enough. Ben, we like your show. Just get off from under that boot. I don't think I was under any kind of boot. But I'm certainly standing up and kicking myself right now. So, not kicking myself. I'm just doing it myself. I am kicking. So no one's boot is on me. In case there is a boot. I don't think there's a boot. But I could write a book. Everybody seems to want to write a book. Who's Kyle Stoof? Jack's brother or something? Yeah, that's Jack's brother.
Maybe I'll just start a publishing company that is just searcher books.
That's actually kind of smart, boo.
See, I have great ideas when I'm high.
Ha ha ha. You know, Alan's looking into. I don't know what I should say on that. Never mind. Never mind. Yeah. The ones in the know search for nothing but the ugly truth. 100 fact. I don't know. I don't even know who the ones in the know are. Everybody seems to know who the ones in the know are, but no, people can't even agree on that. So I don't know who the ones in the know are and who the ones aren't. Who the ones that are actually trying to get information for good? Who are the ones trying to stifle information? Who are the ones trying to leak information? Is there an orchestrated leak of information? Is there not? Is this all being controlled by a few people, or is it just pure chaos? I just don't know anymore.
I don't know. And at what point do you, like, where is your limit where you get to just not caring anymore?
I think I'm at it right now. I don't want to get to the point where I fully just don't care anymore, but like, I don't know. It's lost its fun.
And that's what's supposed to be. It's supposed to be fun.
Forest Frenzy asks, Onyx question, Ben, isn't the DB Cooper / Femme connection also a, quote, game? If by that you mean I'm bringing it up as a topic and that's a game I'm playing, no. If you mean to say that there's a game with the book Ha 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 and how it connects and relates to the thrill of the chase, I would agree. I think there is a game there that exists and is meant to be figured out. Or I'm wrong, but I don't know what you mean by games, so I don't know how to answer that. Eugene, Oregon is where Forrest parajumped. I mean, DB Cooper. Well, I'll agree with half of that, but not Eugene, Oregon. Kyle Denial Stoof. Kyle, the denial. Jenny Kyle has been the classiest person, quote, in the know from day one. She has never boasted or hyped anything, pure professional. I don't see anything wrong with that statement. The chase community is just as confused today as they were yesterday, as they will be tomorrow. Don't disagree with anything in that statement. I'm trying to let Forrest Frenzy here reiterate what they meant by game. Whose game? That's more of the question.
I'm texting you.
Oh, shit. Sorry.
It's just about kid stuff and schedules, but.
No.
Let's see. I was hoping I would get some fun with the chase, but it ended up being so weird, and certain people mean girls. You know, lots of drama.
Did you see what I said?
Oh. Oh. Okay. All right. You know what? Now that you say that,
Now,
I remember that, but I forgot.
If you want to adjust that and then.
Well, he is going with Nana.
Okay, there you go. It doesn't matter anyway. Okay, so anyway, all right. That can be on the phone. We don't have to talk about that.
Yeah. Okay, I love you so much. I'm sorry. I feel like we're on a phone conversation. I always feel like I'm talking to you while you're live, and I'm trying to talk to you, but I'm actually live as well doing it. So sorry, people. Sorry. A little bit high. No go back to whatever you're talking about, and I'm in. You go.
Yeah, you're fine. Indy, again, I'm sending you a link, Indy. Don't worry. You're not asking for a link, but I'm just saying, like, this isn't about you. I have to say that. I'm sending a link to a few people, but specifically and no one else. And why? Because I fucking feel like it. You're muted. I heard you downstairs, though. might panel this up a little bit. I want other people's thoughts, not just mine or yours. I know your thoughts.
Because it's
Although we
fun.
didn't have a conversation beforehand, so it's like I guess I'm learning things, but I know your sentiments already.
Yeah.
Oh, she's saying I'm saying you guys mean the world to me. Since fucking text, man. It's the best and worst thing because so much can get misconstrued. This is why, folks, there's so many actors who will go and audition and might be good who never get roles because you just don't understand what the writer is saying. I say this as you're right.
Oh, this is so good. Now, because I'm a writer as well, I know you use this to your advantage when auditioning, and I did as well. I would hear people, I had friends, and I knew they were reading it wrong. I knew they were putting an inflection at the wrong point. So yes,
Right. Yeah.
I think it's really
when you put an inflection at the wrong point, you can take something entirely different than intended. So, what's up, Indy?
What's up, you guys?
Oh, hey.
Not much.
Why'd I get the link?
Well, I was planning because I think I don't know. Ashley has some like little walking thing she does with the neighbors, but it's gonna be soon. So I figured, all right, I was gonna do the panel when I knew Ashley was leaving here pretty soon. And so
I wanted to just say too, Ashley already knows this. I'm going to kidnap her in Vegas, and I'm going to kidnap her to go to Sugar Factory so we could get a fishbowl.
Is this one that numbs your lips?
No, that's at the Cosmopolitan.
Oh, okay.
Mario,
it doesn't numb your lips. It heightens your senses. And I haven't even done it yet. It's a flower. It's a special flower. And it's a special drink shot, right? So you drink the shot, and then you eat the flower button, and it heightens your senses to like maximum level.
All right, sure. Why the fuck not?
It's like $15, but I just wanted to try it. It's like on a list.
Yeah, I'm here for it.
What, Mario? What does GDR tell me? I don't know what you're saying.
You know,
Gosh,
I am
darn
curious
right.
though about.
Hold on. There's something else that I wanted to see. Oh, Forrest Frenzy's comment. All right, talk. Sorry, I wanted to listen, but I was looking for something. You can talk now, Andy. I'm sorry.
Oh, I'm like, am I still in the corner?
No.
The dunce hat.
I wanted to listen. And sometimes when you guys are talking on like the panels to me, and I'm like looking for something in chat, I like zone out. I don't hear you. So
Dude, you're like, we're basically like, once you hit 30, if you want to be able to see correctly, you got to turn the volume down in the car. Like,
you know what I've done lately. If there's ever a decision, I don't know if Maps is making the right call, left or right, or something, I turn the volume down because I have to like to make the right turn or left turn, figure out what Google Maps is trying to make me do. I'll actually turn the volume down for that too. Like for anything like that. It's
see,
funny.
that's the difference. When we were like not in our 30s, we used to be able to blast the music and still hear our MapQuest. Now it's like you got to turn down everything to see straight. It's funny. No, I wanted to talk about, because I don't think a lot of people are thinking about this. Why aren't we trying to differentiate, first off, what changed from October 2019 to December 2019? Because of the clip we were given by Cynthia, we hear Forrest, and he seems like, you know, he's getting ready for the chase to end, right? He knows that there's a man close to ending the chase. But then all of a sudden in December, after he sends that email to Pam, he reaches out to Dale and says he's thinking about pulling the damn thing. If he knows that Jack is on the trail to ending the chase, why would he reach out to Dale and say, I'm thinking about ending it? What changed in those very few months?
I think we're learning that more and more right now, right?
And then another point I wanted to make is we all know Marty was at least the 500-foot searcher. That's a given by now, because we know Jack was following her, everything like that.
Totally.
So if you go back to the early days, when Forrest used to talk about she versus he was always excited and happy and proud. And he was like, oh, she will like the first item in the chest. And he'd always say she, right? And that was like, I think 2013, 2014. And then all of a sudden, 2018, it changes to he. And we all know that's Jack, right?
Right.
So he was happy about Marty. And then I don't want to piss Force Frenzy off in the chat, but this is just based off my assumption and my research. It seems like after the fact, Fenn's a little pissy about the he versus the she. So it's like with the she, you got the happy ending with everything coming out. And with the he's like, I want no association. I don't want people to know where it was, and I don't want to know who found it. What the hell changed?
Didn't it also feel like we were getting information here that seems like, well, the internet went funky for a second. That seems like Fenn was instructing the finder to be quiet. That the whole be quiet thing comes from Fenn. So then maybe even if it was she, he would have told she to also be quiet.
No, that's the thing with Marty. Marty used to freaking email him and be like, yo, Coot, I ain't saying. She's like, you can't make me say shit.
But why, so then why would he tell? So then why would he tell he to be quiet?
That's why I'm trying to figure it out. So like, we know that Forrest bet on Marty, right? With Scrapbook 50. That is a fact. I don't care if everyone was like, oh, that's not proven. No, it's a fact. She's the only searcher in the existence of the chase that ever got the double omegas. And that was Forrest. And not only that, but Marty, and I wish I could get her to come on here. Maybe I can. Marty told me Fenn was the one that added the part about the blaze was winking at her. He added that part to the scrapbook with Dale. Fenn did. He told Marty the Waze was blinking at her.
Yeah, I mean, I would interpret that as if the blaze is winking at you, that means the blaze sees you. If the blaze sees you, you've been within eye distance of the blaze.
Yeah, so I was like, okay, that's interesting. And we all know, thanks to Marty, she was like sharing stuff. And I think Gigi's still in chat too, so she might help further expound about this. But when that scrapbook is written, Scrapbook 50, Marty was searching all up and down the damn Madison River, and she was at 9 Mile Hole, but she was also at Baker's Hole. She was at Duck Creek. I was talking to her about this yesterday. She was all over the place on the Madison River. That specific summer, he bet on her. So that's another thing to keep in mind. But why is it that Forrest is so excited about Marty and then hesitant about this new Phantom Searcher? Because, I mean, the way that Fenn makes it seems like Jack used other burner emails to contact him, because Forrest is like, I always look for that name. I always look for that name. And I think I know what that name is, because I found a quote once, you know, where you were able to write questions to Jenny Kyle. And then she would ask Forrest those questions.
I gotta run, guys. Sorry to interrupt. I just want to say goodbye. Bye-bye.
Oh, bye, Ashley.
I'll be back later.
Okay. Anyway, so there is this one specific one that is in 2018, and it's titled The Kid from Back East. So if you guys can go back to Jenny Kyle's mysterious writings, it's in 2018. This person that goes by The Kid from Back East asks Fenn a specific question on how he knows if someone's getting close.
Mm-hmm.
So it's very interesting. So I would definitely go down that rabbit hole if you guys have time. But I just think it's weird. It's like you go from something very happy, we're all going to get answers, Fenn's telling us we're going to get answers, to something like changed so dramatically that Fenn was like basically over his own chase, didn't want to really pay attention to the emails anymore, that his friends were using him. And he's just like, I don't care who finds it. Keep it secret.
Wait,
leave me alone.
Can I ask a question? Did Marty really get what the double omegas were? Like, get confirmed that they knew what the double omegas were? And then what were they?
Wait, what?
The double omegas. You said Marty got the double omegas right?
Well, no. Marty is the only searcher in the community that ever got double omegas from Forrest. Forrest put 2 double omegas on Scrapbook 50. And he said, if I was a betting man, I would bet on her.
Gotcha.
And that's another reason why Jack fixated on her. And it's the same reason I reached out to her. So when I saw that scrapbook, I reached out to her, I think in like 2017 or something. And I was like, hey, I think you're the 500 footer. Let me tell you why. And let me see how I can help you find the chest. And I told her, I wasn't creeping on her. I wasn't following where she was. I had the respect to reach out and be like, hey, you're the 500 footer. Let me see where you went wrong. So like, not to piss Forrest Frenzy off in chat, but I mean, that's the difference between being a good stand-up person and like snaking around in the shadows and just taking something.
Speaking of Force Frenzy, I want to address. So by game, I mean line of investigation that is irrelevant to Fenn and the thrill of the chase. It may be fun, but that's all. Okay, well, this is where I would then say, to Alan and I, we feel there is relevancy to Fenn in the Thrill of the Chase via what we've found from the Ha 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 book. Not from the hijacking itself, specifically the Ha 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 book. What comes from that, we don't know, but we find it to be relevant. That's all. But so there's no game there either. At least being played by Alan or I.
I just still want to know why Jack never had why didn't he ever reach out to Marty like as himself and thank her? Like he could reach out
why
to.
should he though? Why should he? This is where you and I disagree.
Seriously? He
It's
has the balls to reach out to Shannon.
I would have.
He has the balls to reach out to Shannon, who's a Hebgen searcher, right? And talk to her, and then she's like, "Oh, I'm gonna keep your secret."
Why do you think? Why do you think he did that? Because she had proof of something, so he had to play a game with her.
I know that
because he used it. Right. So I'm just saying that's why he was nice with Shannon and gave Shannon props, because Shannon had something that he needed to stay quiet, but Marty didn't have that proof. So he didn't have to play that game with Marty. And
are you kidding me? Marty's the one that has David Moore. She has the
right. But he's thinking in his head. He's thinking the David Moore thing isn't proof. So in his head, he doesn't need to suck up to.
No, I'm talking about now. You know he watches all this.
Well,
shit.
Now it's too late. Now he's not gonna all of a sudden fucking email Marty now and go, yeah, thank you. Or
I mean, if he had a fucking soul in him, he would.
If he does that, it confirms everything. He's not gonna do anything that confirms anything. No fucking way would he do that.
Like, I don't mean to piss Force Frenzy off in chat, but I mean, each
go
day,
ahead, piss him off.
Each day, everything, like, more things that start coming out and adding up, it just makes Jack look like an asshole. He could try and blame this on Fenn and say, oh, he was in a hard position because Forrest didn't want him to say anything. It still makes you look like an asshole, dude. It really does. It makes you look like an asshole, and it makes you look like you royally fucked this up for everybody.
Well, I don't know if he fucked it up. Again, I'm wondering why Forrest would tell if it is him. I'm wondering why Forrest would tell him to be quiet. And if that's the case, he isn't fucking it up. Forrest told him to be quiet. Those are Forrest's orders.
But that makes no sense though, because
let me ask you this.
Originally wasn't meant to be quiet.
Let's pretend you find that you were the one who found the chest and you're ready to like go live about it and announce it, and it's gonna be fantastic. And Forrest says, "Great, you found it. You can't tell anybody." What do you do then? Do you listen to Forrest? Okay, fine, I won't tell anybody. Even if you go, why? Like, it doesn't matter. You can't tell anybody. That's the final line he gives you. You cannot tell. What do you say then?
I would drop little Easter eggs and hints in everything I said and did, so that legally I didn't say shit, but people that knew what was going on could piece it together and figure it out without legally going against anyone's wishes. That's what I would do.
Forrest Frenzy just said, LOL, I'm not upset, though I certainly disagree. Again, Forrest Frenzy, now you're acting like Jack. So now it's like, I don't want to play that stupid game if you're not Jack. Like, this is stupid.
You know what makes me sad? So, like, when we're looking at the Condor 2 profile, right? We see that Jack's like a nerd like us. He likes to work on puzzles. He has like a puzzle nerd heart just like us. And so you would think he would be someone that we would want in the community and accept and stuff, right? But from the outside looking in, he seems like he never wanted to be a part of the community. He thinks very little of us. And this is just based off of the words that he wrote.
Despite what he fucking says, he was part of the community, obviously, through what we found out. Like,
yeah, but I'm saying psychologically speaking, from his point of view, I don't think he thought he was a part of the community. And maybe that is half the reason why he's so salty towards everything. But I mean, using his own words, he seems like he thinks so little of us. He really does. He thinks so little of us. And I think a part of it is, you know, Forrest said, don't say where it was, but I think it's based off of what the contents in the chest were. I think that's possibly why Forrest was like, don't tell anyone. Because you got to remember, in 2009, that Four Corners FBI investigation happened, right? And they ended up taking some items from him or something.
Mm-hmm.
Is it possible he was trying to hide something in that damn thing? Maybe the ring? I don't know.
I brought it up the other time. I'll bring up a little snippet, but, you know, he told me he fucking already hid that thing in July of 2009. I find it to be no coincidence that he decides to do this around the time of the rape. I don't know what that means. For all we know, it's just it's a metaphorical meaning. All right, fine. The government finally just crossed the line on me, so now I'm gonna hide a chest in a national park and fuck the government.
That's what it really sounds like. It sounds like Fenn's last metaphorical fu to the government. And what better place to do it than Yellowstone National Park?
So what he's assuming then is maybe, but he's going to tell the finder to shut up because he knows it's still going to be coming out that it's a national park anyway, but he still wants to protect the finder from getting fucked over, but he still wants it out that it comes out in a national park though. So
so this is the thing, what I think is happening. And again, this is just my own research, my own, confirmation bias, if you will. So Fenn and quote unquote Jack, the finder, agreed to say that the chest was found in Wyoming, correct?
Right.
So I was looking stuff up, and like the other night, Huli, myself, and Gigi, we were in Zoom and we were talking about stuff, and Huli and Gigi were talking about the zone of death, which everyone knows about. It's the Idaho, Montana area where like you can get away with anything. Right. So I started digging deeper, and I saw that Yellowstone National Park, even though it is like 3% Montana and I think like 1% of Idaho, no matter what state's in it, Yellowstone National Park falls under the jurisdiction of Wyoming. So is it possible that is the loophole that Fenn and the Phantom Finder is using in order to say all clues are in Wyoming and the chest was found in Wyoming to keep us away from areas in Montana that could be connected to the real solution?
Two things here before we even go forward. I don't believe that Fenn said all the clues were in Wyoming.
No, I said Jack did.
Right. But I don't think Jack said that under oath. So we're just believing Jack at his word when he says all the clues are in Wyoming.
Well, yeah, see, I take that part with a grain of salt.
Right. Why don't we just throw it out altogether then? Why don't we just throw it out? That all clues maybe aren't in Wyoming. And Jack said he's not going to help us with solving this thing. Telling us all the clues are in Wyoming kind of does help us.
But my point is this, though, Ben.
So
my point is this. If they both agree to say the chest was found in Wyoming, and we think that possibly Fenn is trying to drop some hints without legally exposing shit, right? Then maybe the chest was found in Wyoming means specifically Yellowstone National Park, because that park is what falls under the jurisdiction of Wyoming.
Sure. I mean, it's a possibility.
Then also,
or it was on the Montana side, and right, like. But if it's on the Montana side,
I think it's Baker's Hole area. I really do. And I think it might be Duck Creek. Why do you think? Okay, this is my assumption.
Hold up. This is where I'm over it. I don't care.
But, okay, so why did Jack decide to meet Copper Dan? I don't think it's because of a fucking charity. I think it's because he was over there at Barnes Hole.
I don't know why he decided to meet with Copper Dan. Copper Dan, I just sent Copper Dan a link. I think Copper Dan was saying, like, I don't think Jack gets a hold of him either anymore. So I don't know why that originally happened. Maybe Jack was feeling charitable. And he knew Copper Dan.
No, if he can't reach out and tell Marty thanks, even anonymously, you think he's going to feel charitable? All you have to do is sign a map.
But the way I view it is that's him playing a game. That doesn't necessarily mean that's him in real life. But he viewed the chase as a game, and that game did not have defined rules in it. I don't blame him for reading posts and messages from other searchers who are willing to put it out in a public way, even if that's an email to a person that they don't know. That's no one else's fault but the people who did that. That's not Jack's fault for following that information because people put it out. It's not the nicest thing in the world.
One, I talked to Marty.
To the chest,
she doesn't know how Jack got her email. That's one.
Well,
she never put it out there.
We don't know. So if he did something nefarious, like literally hacking Fenn or literally hacking Marty.
Well, I just talked to Marty. Yes, Marty literally said she did not have her email out there.
Right, but we don't know. We just don't know. What
do you mean we don't know? Marty, the fucking person, is telling me that.
Part of hacking is social engineering. I'm not saying Marty's wrong. I'm saying maybe Marty's memory isn't perfect. Maybe the emails are out there via public searches. Maybe he did a public search and got that email and didn't do anything illegal. We just don't know. If he did do something fucked like hack her or hack Fenn to get that email address, then yeah, that's bullshit. That's a whole other level of cheating that I don't think is right or appropriate. But again,
well, so then do you remember what time? Okay, so Fenn sent Dale some emails, right? One was in December where he's talking about thinking of pulling the chest.
Hold up.
What
Who?
month was the other one where he said people are trying to blackmail him?
Oh, I don't know.
Indy. Indy just said, "What time is it?"
Oh God. Hey, Huli.
Hi, Ben. What time is it?
What time is it? It's not smoky time yet. I'm gonna wait.
Oh no.
I'm waiting till the delivery gets here. I need that sativa.
Okay.
Yeah. Copper Dance here too. It's a packed house.
It's War Indie. War
Yeah,
Indie.
more indie.
War Indie smiley face.
With the smiley face.
More indie smiley face.
Did I do
All
clickbait?
right, Ben.
Did I do clickbait today? Was it clickbait? No, I was fucking struggling. You even heard me on the phone. I was like, I still am. I don't know what the point of all this is anymore.
All right, Ben. Step back from the ledge, Ben. Come on now.
Step
away
Dan?
from the ledge. Hey, who said what's up?
I think it
was me.
Is that Indy or is that Huli? All right, sorry.
More indie.
What's up, Copper Dan?
Another day in paradise. It's Friday. It's 4
Friday.
o'clock on a Friday, or Huli, it's 5 o'clock.
You got that right. 4:57.
However, Ben and Indy, it's only 2 o'clock.
2 o'clock, which means I got to remember to put in my fantasy lineups and make sure. I already reserved them. Fantastic.
All right. What do we? I was listening for the first 45 minutes, and then I had to shut my phone off for a little bit.
I don't know what to do next. Like, it's something where it's like it's no offense to the community. It's just I don't feel like participating in it anymore. I'm going to keep this open. I'm still going to talk to you offline, Copper Dan. I'm still going to talk to Candy offline, but a public footprint and trying to like work with others, I don't feel like getting tossed around. So
we need to find another treasure hunt to work on.
I think there's going to be an announcement for a treasure hunt of World Series of Femme. Just my opinion.
In the worst way. But guess what? If there is, I might go back to lurking. Because who the heck? I don't know who to trust anymore. I'm not a guy who needs to have the loot. The loot is a trophy for your work, and I want my trophy for anything. But I'm perfectly fine working a group. Split it 58 ways. I don't give a shit. But I want 58 people I can fucking trust that are going to wake up tomorrow and feel differently.
Back east is saying, geez, Indy pushed so hard for 9 Mile Hole, and now Montana is it. Can we at least be consistent?
No, Indy has hated 9 Mile Hole.
9 Mile Hole until 9 Mile Hole became the it thing, and I was the only one going against it. So, F you,
There's two things. I think there's two frames of thought. Tyler, your shit's just not working, man. I don't know what's going on. There's two frames of thought. I think it's the place you think and want it to be, where maybe your solve was, and then if you just go, oh shit, maybe it is 9 Mile Hole, and you say that publicly, that's not you going, ooh, I think it's 9 Mile Hole. I hope it's 9 Mile Hole. You have always said, oh,
9 Mile Hole sucks.
Yeah, I've heard everybody mostly, even people who go, oh shit, it's 9 Mile Hole.
I think it's the place where Femme wrote his letter to Peggy. I think that's the story.
Well, it might be. Or it might be something as boring as the fishing hole at 9 Mile Hole he loved. He had a couple of good memories there. And he walked 50 feet in and picked a tree.
I'm okay with 9 Mile Hole, but the fact that he picked a random fucking tree is the most... It just sucks. If that's what it is, it just sucks.
Wait, but are you saying it sucks if Forrest picked a random tree?
Yeah.
No, it doesn't. In the entire book, he tells you his love for trees and how he likes to hide behind them.
I think what Dan is saying, and correct me if I'm wrong, Dan, here, it's not that he picked a tree. If the tree had a story behind it and it's been that spot since he was 13, sure.
Yeah.
It's that it's a random tree that has no meaning to anything besides he just picked it the day he hid the treasure.
Exactly.
I don't think
exactly
that's accurate either. I think he
chose
the tree that links to the letter he wrote to Peggy, and that's the tree that fell.
But that's not what we're hearing from the official story. The official story is he picked a spot at 9 Mile, picked a random tree in the woods, needed a fishing line to make sure he marks the same tree so he can get back to it super quick because he had no time to waste. That's the story we're getting. And if that's the official story, that there's no love letter to Peggy in this.
I'm sorry, I'm still against 9 Mile. I really am.
Fine, but this is what I'm saying. Like, This is the problem we have. We get official information and we
Okay,
have
so
to debate
let's
if
look
it's
at the
even true.
facts then, Ben. Let's look at the facts for a second.
What are facts?
Fact. Forrest wrote in the chapter Flywater, which is literally the place where he's going to die, by the way, that he was writing a letter to Peggy under a tree on Madison, correct?
Sure. Yes.
Correct.
Another fact. Cynthia and Matt were sent by Forrest Fenn himself the day before he died to that same tree to send him photos.
I'll assume that's a fact.
That is a fact, and I've got proof it's fact.
That's the
because I have
first time
text
I've
messages.
the first time I've
Okay,
ever heard that.
for sake of argument, I'll go with it and say sure, fact.
Okay, so if you were going to die, and in my opinion, Fenn planned it out just like he always said he would. If you were going to die and you could not make it back to your special place because of this damn chase and people being psychos, what would you want to do? You would want to see that place one final time, right?
Sure.
There you go.
But again,
that's just
that's an opinion. Because I could just fire back right away and go, he said in the poem, which he told me to pay attention to, was, as I've gone alone in there. Alone. He's writing a love letter to Peggy, sure, and you do that alone, sure, but that memory incorporates someone else. This is a very personal thing. So I go, sure, 9 Mile Hole makes sense. He's walking alone into the forest from his lonely fishing hole. And the people who are quoting Fenn, who seem to at least put out the idea that they have the proof that backs it up, are saying he picked a random tree 50, 100 feet away from the river, used a fishing line to get back to the car and back to him, or from the rock back to there, whatever. And that's it. If you are wise, if you've been wise and found the blaze, it should read, if you've been lucky and found the blaze, look quickly down because you found the right tree.
Yeah.
I think
we need
to fell over.
And the tree fell over.
On top of everything in the garbage and start over.
It's just oof. What's wise about finding a random tree in the forest? If your poem takes you to a precise 10-inch by 10-inch location and you're saying your solve should take you to a 10 by 10-inch location, okay, then Forrest, you shouldn't need the fishing line. Use your poem to get back to that 10 by 10-inch location you have because it's precise, right? It's not a random tree in the forest, is it? Oh, it is? Then I think we've been lied to a little bit. But that might have been just to hide the cleverness and difficulty level of the game. That's okay. It's his game. It's his rules. I'm fine with being lied to a little bit, but I'm not going to ignore it either.
I can't comment. We love you, Davio. I'm just reading chat, but I can't comment because I don't have my YouTube pulled up, and I'm just on your.
Oh. Well, Davio's super pissed that, people were just, I guess the word is harassing Fenn, right?
But
bombarding with emails. I don't know. I mean, I think that's fucked up, but you almost have to. I don't think that's anything new. I think just Fenn grew tired of it, but that had to have been happening right away, I would think. Even in the very beginnings of the chase, when they got this email address, it feels like Fenn probably had people emailing him left and right, even in the very beginning. Even if it wasn't many people, those people were emailing left and right. I had that just comes with the territory. I get emailed left and right.
No, I remember when the email or the post from Dale come out about laying off on the emails, and now to see where that came from, that was. No, I don't blame Davio for having the feelings he does. It almost made me feel guilty. I mean, I would send an email on occasion, but even those, it made me feel guilty that I sent them.
I agree.
About?
I agree wholeheartedly with what Forrest Frenzy is saying right here. You were wise to follow clues 1 through 8. It was a thought I did have too. Have you just been wise for solving clues 1 through 8 and then finding the blaze is literally what it says? Find it, man. Good luck. Find it. You did 1 through 8. Here's the second part of the poem. You got to just find this random fucking tree. I guess, okay, that's fine if that's the narrative. But what in the poem also told you and reinforced random tree? What in the poem also told you and reinforced 9 Mile Hole?
It wasn't in the poem. It was in the book.
Whatever it is. I'm just saying, Fenn said all you need was the poem. You don't even technically need the book. If you just want a couple of hints, you can have the book, but you just okay. So I want to know what in the poem, and it doesn't have to come from Jack. It can come from the Fenne side, but I'm sure he told somebody before he passed. Some people know something. I want to know what the clues were, what they meant. That was what we were promised for every single year of this chase until everything changed seemingly in 2019. Lo and behold, we had this background info now that Dale and Cynthia had that we had never seen before or heard before. We heard in bits and pieces, sure, but we never heard the real stuff. So we have context of what Fenne is up to here. It's not what we thought. At some point, you got to get off the merry-go-round.
Wait, what? You should look at what Baveta's doing.
What's Baveta doing?
He sent me another update on what he's working on.
Oh yeah, no, I know. I got to catch up on all that. But again, maybe he understands a little bit more now. I'm so frustrated that like I haven't even bothered right now. With like, I caught up on Copper Dan and Packer Jack's stream only because I did care about timeline. I like Packer Jack's PowerPoints. They're very good.
Well, this is kind of interesting because he's saying, late August 2019, this is when the treasure was found, according to later statements by forcefundtreasure.com and Intoxicating Treasure. And it says forcefundtreasure.com later says the treasure was moved to a nearby location. And then Intoxicating Treasure later says there was a beacon with a dead man's switch underneath the treasure. The treasure potentially sends a beacon ping at this point, possibly received by Fenne. That goes with Lonar, doesn't it?
Possibly. And you know what? And someone said, oh, what was it? The random tree. Okay, fine, but it's still in a special place. Okay, Stargazer, exact tree could be random in a special place. And I agree. Like, I'll put myself in that mindset. There's a camping spot that me and my brother always went to, and we just love that area. And there's no particular spot of that area where I have a particular memory that's good. It's just, sometimes I remember kicking back on the river with a cooler. Sometimes I remember standing in the creek, whatever it is. And you just pick a random tree, they're fine. But if you're going to pick that random tree and this is a poem with clues that need to be interpreted, I hope to fucking God somewhere in that poem there is something telling you it's a needle in a haystack. Pick it. Find it. It's a two-part solve. Solve clues 1 through 8, so your boots on the ground confident, and go look for that blaze. Because that's what Jack said he did from minute 1. And I have to wonder how he knew to do that from the get-go.
Wait, so it was December 7th, 2019, Fenne sent an email to Dale about potentially calling off the chase.
December what?
December 7th, 2019.
Yeah, that sounds right. That like those were the public ones that we got, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. Tyler, have you made it finally? I don't know. Tyler's having difficulties here.
I don't know, dude. You should probably have Baveta on here. He's got stuff laid out really, really nice.
What are the topics he's talking about right now? I just don't.
You are right, though, Ben. Is where do we go from here?
Right. I mean,
that's
like
we're completely sorry, Candy. We're just speculating, and it's just pointless.
Especially when it feels like there are people who know things that like could confirm what Indy has been researching. Where
it isn't pointless, and not everyone's gonna have the same feelings like you, Copper Dan, because you're the one searcher out of everybody who got to meet Jack. Just like Marty is the one searcher out of everyone who got the double omegas.
Yeah, I'm sure there's gonna be resentment,
but it hasn't got me anything. I mean, we're not any closer to getting any answers than we were.
No, I'm not saying you got answers. I'm saying you're the only person in existence aside from Fenne that met Jack Stoof in person, the Phantom. So I understand how you want to be very protective of him and say, oh, he's not in the wrong. When the rest of us, we don't have that first impression of him. We have a Phantom. So based off of his words and the things that he says about the community, that is why we are not as accepting like you.
Fair enough.
I mean, that's a fair sentiment, and it's something that I would have said as a lurker, looking at like a. Oh gosh, I'm not naming names, but if I saw somebody on a YouTube stream talking about how you know, guys, it's time to calm down a little bit. You know, it seems like we're going to get, I know something. It's the insinuation that you know some things that give you, whoever you is and out in the world, closure. Meanwhile, me at home doesn't have that. So I don't have that closure. So easier said than done.
Well, Jack has given us what he's given us. I don't think he's coming back. I think he's.
I don't think he is either.
I think he's gone for all of us.
And as he should be. Fine. Go in peace, right? Go in peace.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you know, I think he never wanted to come forward to begin with, and then he thought, well, if I'm going to have to do this, it was nice.
See, I wonder now. It seems like Fenn instructed him to be quiet. Did Jack want to say where the solve was and show off his solve and go, haha, y'all fucking out me and I got it, and Fenn told him to be quiet.
Ben.
Yeah.
Bavita's research right now is looking like the reason why Fenn changed his mind from October to December is based off the auction website.
But the auction website didn't go live till February 2020.
No, it didn't go live, but there were things getting put into motion because remember
they could have sent him an email going, here's what we're going to do. And they send like a screenshot or something like that. Who knows? I mean, I don't know. It does sound like there's something going on changing Fenn's mind. That's for damn sure.
But then again, what was the month where Fenn told Dale that people were attempting to blackmail him? That's another very important piece of the puzzle, I think.
I don't know enough. This is information that if people are in the know. Let's
Dale posted it. So you don't need to be in the know. Dale posted it on his blog.
The problem is we're forced to speculate it because we don't have that firsthand information. We're still reading it from someone else, or we're hearing it from someone else who won't corroborate what it is they're talking about, for better or worse, for good, for bad, for reasons that we believe in or don't believe. It doesn't matter. We're still left to chitter chatter about this for what?
What the hell? Okay, so it's clearly the place where he leaned up on a tree to write a letter to Piggy, although the part no one considered is that the location is completely wiped out by geological changes. What the? Okay.
Who said this? What?
So this is just, okay, this is what I'm saying. You got to look at the document that Bavita has, because I didn't even know this stuff, and I've already been talking about this. So he's like hot on the trail on Reddit of these different users, right? That he's connecting to the auction website. And they're saying all this stuff that we were slowly given by like 2020. Like, you need to look at this timeline.
I will. I mean, I'll get around to it at some point this weekend. I'm not in any rush, though.
This is interesting. Personal locator beacon.
Davio, why don't you tell us how you really feel?
I don't even know what he's talking about this time. I know one of the things he was talking about was like they're hunting pedophiles. Like, fuck yeah, go get them. But like, I don't know if he's referring to those people or other people. But I mean, what are you guys gonna do? I know you, Copperdan, you're not going to World Series. Huli, are you going to World Series, friend?
No.
You just can't make it, or you're just not going?
I'm just not going.
She's hiding. She's like, fuck you guys.
Tyler, are you going? Tyler, he can't. Sorry, dude. I mean, you're there. I see you. Hello, hi. But I know Indy's going.
I want. You know what sucks is on my phone. As I was out there like 2 years ago, right now is when we were out there. My phone's popping up with the Facebook memories. This is where you were doing. I'm like, oh, it's just. I want to go, but I can't go. So it's just. Hopefully this summer we can all meet up and.
Oh, like I said, I'm going to Yellowstone in April. I'm going to Yellowstone in June.
It's supposed to be June, Ben.
I'm going both. But if I see trail cams, I will be taking them down and bringing them to the park superintendent. Just saying.
Yeah.
What do you think the purpose of the trails cam was? To see if family returned?
I've been told the logic behind it was, and there's probably multifaceted ideas here to the logic, but the main point was to capture Jack, whoever the finder is, coming back to the location, in which I laughed out loud and spit my water out when I heard that.
Yeah, I think that's seriously silly.
I think that's flawed thinking.
I think you could catch the family possibly in the general vicinity, but probably not even at the exact place.
Possibly, maybe, but then I would then be forced to be deducing, okay, who in the family? And I could only come to one conclusion, and that would be Shiloh leading it. And there's no way Shiloh would fall for that shit. If he saw trail cams, he'd say he would take that shit down in 2 seconds. And then he'd like announce it and go, yeah, I was just fishing one day and saw these. What the fuck? You know what I mean? And not even act like he was going to the spot or something. So like, maybe that's even a better reason, the family, but that's not, I've never heard that. So I don't know what the reasoning was, but all I know is it's a giant invasion of privacy. You have no right to have audio there and video.
Yeah, that's 100% my speculation. I'm not blaming those people for that. That's my
Right.
speculation.
No. Yeah, for sure. But it's just, it's one of the more grotesque things I've heard from the search community doing in this chase, putting up cams for themselves inside a national park after the chest has been found, trying to get information for just yourself. And in order to do that, you break park rules and invade people's privacy while they're trying to just walk alone in the forest. Even if they can't find the spot, let them be alone in their thoughts and talk out loud about their divorce they're having or some shit. I mean, people say and do weird things when they're alone because they need that time to themselves. And you got trail cams up there. Like, fuck that.
They don't go in the middle of the backcountry of Yellowstone to be on somebody's trail cam. It's like,
right. It's my nightmare. It's the antithesis of what this thing was. It's a complete antithesis. Chest aside, that setting up now. What if Fenn did that for his spot? Would I be saying the same thing? Even though the defense would just be he just is keeping an eye on the spot. What's wrong with that?
Why do I think Jack selected me to meet him above all others? Because I asked.
I mean, that's a fair answer, and that absolutely.
I was persistent. You want the honest answer because I was the word that he spelt wrong. I was fucking persistent. I asked.
Do you know how many times I asked Jack that I said I would buy him a beer? Do you know how many times? Just ballpark. Because I want to ask you how many times what persistent means to you, just as a friendly little competition.
So it sounds like maybe
500 emails that I have. I think at least 20 emails where I'm asking him to grab a beer with me. Not a what he never responds.
Okay, I didn't have to go. I didn't have to go that many times.
Right. Okay. So
I did get him when I asked him to sign the map. That I asked once, and he said absolutely. And then it was just the how, and I recommend, and I mentioned right away, well, why don't I fly out and meet you at a place of your choosing? And he said, no, I'll be flying through Minneapolis and we'll meet up there. And then that never happened. And well, we know the story. And that's when I hit him a couple more times, and he said, you are persistent. He's like, all right, we can do it.
I think he liked you. I think he liked what you brought to the table throughout the chase. I think he saw you as a genuine person and gave you a shot. I think it's as simple as that.
I think it was the area.
The area?
Yup.
So, I mean, Copper Dan, do you wonder that to yourself? And maybe this is a question that shouldn't even be asked because, like, I'd feel embarrassed to answer it the honest way. So I'll just say right off the bat, if like, yeah, I would think the answer to this is in the positive, but if Jack picks you, do you wonder, did he pick me because I said my solve and like he liked it, so he's picking me, but he just won't tell me that? Like that, does that thought cross your head?
I don't think Jack didn't. I don't think Jack knew my.
Look at the psychological profile behind Jack. He likes to dangle things in people's faces based off of the Reddit database, right? And if you, Copper Dan, were within close proximity of finding that thing and he beat you to it, I feel like he'd want to meet you. I really do.
I'll have to go back and look. I don't know if I ever even told him where I searched until we met. When we met, yeah, I told him
right. And then yeah, he does toy with you a little bit. Kind of, he gave you a smirk. He gave you a laugh.
But everyone knew where you were searching because of your story about your father.
Yeah, but I told him that when we met.
You wouldn't need to tell him that when you met, because you got to remember he's creeping on everyone in a certain area.
Oh yeah, that was out there, so he could have. Yeah, you're right on that. He could have.
I'm just saying, based off of the psychological profile of how he reacts to certain things, I would assume it had something to do with ego. Just in my opinion, it's still cool. He chose to sign
there's a lot of people that had my search area, though. My search area was nothing special. it was a gazillion searchers were in that.
Well, you know what's
vicinity.
funny? Fenn sent lots of people, including myself and Marty, to Baker's Hole, and I know you were Baker's Hole, Barnes Hole area, so I find that interesting as well.
I'm going to err on the side of the charity. I think that anyone can get inspired by the charity and the good acts that can come from the money that was donated. And if he said no, he would have looked ridiculous. I mean, let's just face it. If Dan had come back and said, I tried to do this and it didn't happen, that was going to look really ridiculous.
Which I wouldn't have, because it was just like, I was literally, you know, I had this idea in my head to do. I had the second signed map and I didn't want to keep it. I wanted to get it. I wanted to give it away because I have something else, another map that's signed by Eric Sloan in Forest. And I'm like, that's enough for me. I'll give the rest away. And it just literally one day it just popped in my head. I'm like, wonder if I could get Jack to sign this thing. And it was just, I just asked and he said yes. And I would, and if he would have said no, I wouldn't have, or didn't answer, I would have. It's not like I would have thrown him under the bus, like, hey, I asked Jack to do this, and he said no.
No. And you, I mean, I'm not saying you would have thrown him under the bus. I'm just saying it would have looked ridiculous if you had.
Right. That's true, too.
Maybe Copper Dan chose Jack.
I don't know what to do next, though. I just see no purpose. Why not just wait until, I guess, and I don't say
I
this
think
in
that
a
I think
way,
the next big thing that's going to happen is the say I can only imagine it's going to be the sale of the chest or the piecemeal of the chest. And I don't know if any of us look at how much some scrapers got bid up to, like $800.
True,
and I think
look how much the pots got bid up to. Nothing. Like they were like thinking they should have done like a minimum bid of like $40K, and they were going for like $2,000.
Right. It made me wish I would have kept going on them, because I bid them up to a point. I went, all right, forget this. These are going to go way beyond my means. What I really want is these scrapers, because I want to use them to put in another map. And I just kept bidding, and somebody I was bidding against, I'm like, I could just tell, I'm like, this person is not going to stop, and I don't want to pay over $1,000 for these things. So I just stopped.
This is twice now, or like twice or thrice in my days of streaming. Ben, are you on a set? I know. A set? Like a movie set? Like this bed is background or something?
What kind of set? What kind of set you got going there, Ben?
I have no idea. Oh God!
You can find Ben.
Yeah,
you can find Ben on Pornhub.
Right.
Hey Ben, do you want a grilled cheese sandwich? I think that's actually in chat.
Someone set me up for a joke here. Do I want to grill? Oh, that's legit. Do I want a grilled? Sure, boo. I want a grilled cheese sandwich. I got Cholula up here. I'll take a grilled cheese.
Sweet Pea says he chose Copper Dan because he's from Minnesota. I know, because Sweet Pea's from northern Minnesota.
Had you done a hunt yet? Yes. Right?
Who are you talking to? Me?
The 1 day hunt that got solved, right? You had done that prior to reaching out to Jack, right? Okay.
Yeah.
So maybe he was just a fan of the fact that you put together a hunt, even though it gets solved in a day. Who cares? These hunts seem to be either something that's so well put together, because it's so well put together, it gets solved fast, or it gets solved forever, or whether, you know what I mean? So it's like he wouldn't care that it got solved right away. He probably fucking loved the fact that you put something together. Maybe he even did he say he participated to you? Maybe off the record?
No. He my first map giveaway he did donate to.
Okay. So he liked the cause. I think Huli might be right. She might be on something here. And which is dope. That's fine. Jack, I don't make any money off this channel, but I will plug the shit out of it, and every dollar made will go to charity. How about that? If that's what does it, come on and talk with us. And no one makes money with charity of your choice.
Believe me, that's been tried.
I'm sure it has.
It's been tried.
Well, and let's face it, the name of the chest was Indulgence, and we know Jack made some boo-boos in that department. So I think it's reasonable to think that he may have been trying to pay for his failings in the past, maybe, and to, polish up his future. And the other thing is Dan Lost is asking in chat if he said was the money donated. He said he or she said there are tiers for that amount of money, and speculating. And I just want to hear it out of your mouth so you can say yes, all that money was donated.
Oh, yeah, every penny was donated to St. Jude's.
Plus,
and I didn't. So here's the thing: is the money never came to me,
right?
So the money that did come to me was when I sold it on eBay, because we raised the money. The auction or the drawing happened. A girl, and forgive me, I forget her name. She was from Colorado, won it, and sent me a message right away and said, I want to donate it back to you, and I want you to sell it on eBay and then give all the money to St. Jude's.
That's
and
so amazing.
I'm like, oh crap, I just wanted to be done with it. I'm like, okay, I'll do it. And then Godolkin won the bid, and the money went into my personal eBay PayPal account. And then I was not able to just donate that right out of there into St. Jude's. I had to roll, because they don't, it's a fraud thing. So I had to roll it into my checking account. And as soon as I got into my checking account, I wrote a check out to St. Jude's.
I fully trust all that. They're asking, Lost is also asking if there was a certificate to the Chase community or whatever. I believe you in all this, but I feel like if we can clear just this up quickly, it would be worth some of the BS questions of the future and speculation.
Well, there was originally, it was just a, I got a hold of St. Jude's. They set up a, what do you want to call it? I had my own personal St. Jude donation site set up, and people just donated directly to that. You didn't have to donate to enter into the drawing. I mean, because obviously that got sketchy on the legality. So I just said, and you know what? There was 400 entries, and there was only like 200 donations. So, do I have I don't know. If I could get anything or not. And as far as proof that the money went there, I mean, it's gone. The site is now down.
Suffice to say, you made no money off that.
Yeah, made no money. I mean, what did Godolkin just put? I had to.
Yeah, it cost money.
Yeah. So here's what's going to probably happen. I haven't talked to my accountant about it because I've not done my taxes this year yet. But the money that went into was donated, or when Godolkin paid me, is probably going to be technically an income, and I can only write off and donate so much money. So more than likely, I'll end up paying taxes on that too. But that's okay.
Silver Fox says, we need to see Copper Dan's tax returns and any emails from Putin.
I'm under audit right now, so you're going to have to wait.
Tyler is saying, I was going to break some news pertaining to Jack and even about Dan Barbarisi. From what I remember, Jack was going to let me know when he came down here to North Carolina so me and Jack could hang out. Well, maybe he will hang out with Tyler, and we can get the info from Tyler.
Indy, I just read what you put, and of
Andy,
course,
where are you? Why are you you're right here. I see your box right next to me. Why? What the heck?
Well, that's why I'm talking to her. I mean, but you're talking to her about why is she writing in chat?
Yeah, instead of just being the thing here.
Well, probably because I haven't shut up yet. But anyways, well, we don't know that. Why don't you ask Godolkin? Would he have paid that much money for that map without Jack's signature on it?
Oh, 100%. Godolkin does stuff for the community. In my opinion, I don't think Godolkin purchased that map because of Jack's signature. He purchased that map to support you, Copper Dan, and the good things you were trying to do for the community and charities. That's what I think.
I think what would have happened is there would have been more smaller private bids on just a Femme dope signature on a map that's framed by you, and the smaller bids would have created a competition of a
when
smaller
we did
budget,
this,
and it would have gotten back to the same amount anyway.
When I did this with just the Femme, and this was when the community was bigger. The first time I did this, and I had Dale behind me with the website and stuff, we only raised like, I don't know if we even hit, I think it was like 3,500, which was, so my goal this time, that's when I said, hey, I want to do 5,000, and 5 turned into 10, turned into 15, and then the sale of the map turned into like 23, almost 23.5, I think it was.
Right.
Did you have the same frame?
No. I mean, this one we saw, this one had actual arrowheads from that were owned by Forrest that I bought through Nelica. It had the map, and then I just tricked it up even a little bit more.
Yeah, see, all I'm saying is, in my opinion, I think that the whole charity and how much money that the community raised wasn't necessarily based off of Jack's signature. I think it's based off of what you did, Copper Dan, and the message you were trying to show the community and help with the charities, and then the personal items you decided to include with the frame that you created, and then Forrest Fenn's signature on the map. I think that's what really got everyone's attention.
Yeah, I agree. But I personally think that having Jack's signature on there made it even more.
It's part of the folklore.
I wish there wasn't so much controversy that went along with all of it. But what happened to Ben?
Did he run away?
We lost Ben.
No
maybe
way.
Maybe the grilled cheese sandwich came.
And
No,
420.
I was trying to take off just my avatar so I can eat and not like eat in front of y'all.
Oh, we don't care.
Whatever. Fuck it.
Actually, I'm gonna go out for fish tonight. I haven't
Are
done
you already
that
planning something, Copper Dan, for your next hunt?
I have a really good idea. But I first of all, I need to raise enough. I need to stick away enough stuff to put into a chest to make it worth it. And we just need some independently wealthy person that doesn't care and that said, here's 20 grand, Copper Dan, go buy gold, fill it, or just give me 20,000 worth of gold, and I will put an awesome treasure hunt on.
You need fuck you money.
Yes,
you need to get through this bullshit.
Fuck you money.
Yep.
Ben, you got any?
Mindy and I are working on FU money.
Yeah, I don't have any fuck you money.
Copper Dan,
I have live a nice, quiet life money. That's what I have. Shut the fuck up money. That's what I have.
And I promised my wife that I would, I get a little bit ADD, kind of just like when I get into something, I don't just do it a little bit. I do it all in, and then other things suffer. So she's like, "Can we take a break from this, please?" Okay.
Well, I mean, you don't have to do big, grand treasure hunts. You could do small, little fun ones and, make them online so everyone can participate and they don't have to, physically go out there. You could try it where it's either boots on the ground
one way to do it. But you're gonna get an audience for that. But you're not like someone like me. I need to go boots on the ground. And if I'm going boots on the ground, and it's a treasure hunt, it's a gamble, it's a risk. I need the juice to be worth the squeeze.
Yeah, but not everyone can afford to do that.
Still camping and look for treasure.
Not everyone can afford to do that, though, Ben. A lot of people.
I know. I'm just saying there has to be multi-levels, not just. There needs to be treasure hunts for all kinds, which includes the online ones. But I also need the boots on the ground ones.
So I saw a cool post the other day that had the Great U.S. Treasure Hunt that hopefully will be launching this summer, and it's boots on the ground and virtual. You can do either. And they're looking for corporate sponsorship, and they're going to have one in every state. You can only win once as the solver and once as the retriever.
How do you police that? I solve it once. I'm gonna go have Ashley solve the next one. I'm telling her where it is.
All right, I missed somebody's post
Right
about
on.
Right.
something about Nelica and
Shit, I just gave you my
the.
strategy.
Oh, Alan Kay says, speaking of Nelica, the illustrations were totally edited. Yep. I don't know if all of them were, but I can tell you for damn certain we know of a couple. Now the problem is we don't know who edited them. Don't know if it was Forrest. Of course, that's a nice thought that it was him putting the final touches on them, but and why were to the young boy, why did they put stripes on his shirt, and why did they add flowers to the old biddies?
Yeah. Why we like that's the kind of stuff where if there is a video of a solve or an explanation one day, that explanation I think needs to cover topics like that. This was that wasn't anything. This was something.
I don't know if you wonder if if a video like that was made, if they would have thought of all those little details.
Probably not, and it's probably a lot to expect that such a thing.
Oh yeah.
Happen. But I would also expect what was sold to me, and that was the you'll kick yourself moment. I have not experienced a you'll kick yourself moment from anything so far.
Wait, was the Great Treasure Hunt the one that Bobby D and them were working on, and Christy ended up walking right past the charm of underneath the bench?
Yes.
Yes.
The Chrome Z. Yes.
Yes, because then Beth figured it out and sent somebody boots on the ground.
Oh my god.
And that's why we made. That's why we had a little fun when they made the video with the Trolls Cache being under a bench. Oh, look, it's under a bench. Always remember to look everywhere.
That's funny.
Give me
Do you see a lot of NFT treasure hunts are popping up all over the place now?
What treasure hunts?
NFTs.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I just was working on the Great NFT Treasure Hunt. And what's funny is Beth was teamed up with Jennifer Rao, and they were going all throughout California and just picking them up left and right. And there's this one I was working on, and I found it. I was like, okay, this is where it is. And I went to the spot and I'm like, it's not here. So I went on Twitter and I was like, hey, there's something wrong. I know it's supposed to be here. And so the creators were like, oh, it may have washed away. We're going to replace it. And I'm like, what the hell? Because we already left. Like, we couldn't stay there. It was already like dark and everything. So they replaced it and someone else found it right where I said it was going to be. And it was so funny because Beth sent Jennifer there, like, I think 2 weeks before me, like a week or two before. And so, like, theirs was there when they were there. But then when we were there, ours got washed away. So we gave up and another person got it. So now you see there's a lot of other NFT treasure hunts. There's this one where this famous artist is making NFTs. And you buy an NFT and inside the NFT is a mini little clue. And if you could crack all of them, it'll lead you to 1 Bitcoin for the wallet, which is like a crap ton of money.
Well, but to answer your question, Indy, I will probably do a couple small ones just to keep myself busy because I've got some creative thoughts and, you just got to kind of.
Yeah, you should
express them. And
full press. This is exactly what I'm talking about. When you finally give up on a tree blaze and realize the poem is describing how to build a blaze you marry to a map, you'll go, why didn't I think of that? Great, cool, awesome. Proof? This is the same stuff I read that existed in this chase in 2013, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. It's the same shit. Do this, do that, speak in code, speak in secrecy, and speak as if you know something no one else does. Press enter. Now, I'm not saying that you don't have that knowledge, but we're in the same world of everybody likes to do this, and it's just so nauseating.
Miriam's trying to talk about, she says, gosh, it was years ago, Huli. Peggy had come walking in and put his arm around her in the sweetest way. I think that video Miriam's talking about is the one where Femme is talking to his illustrator, editor, or whatever for the book, and he's showing how to design the book.
Yes, she just confirmed that in chat.
Oh,
Bruno and Susan are sitting at the table, and he pulls Peggy in and she sits on the same chair as he does.
Yeah, that's
And
from
they're
Dale's
editing.
videos. You know where on YouTube you could go to Dale, I think it's his Venmo or something like that? Vino? I don't remember. It's the
I'll
little
have to
mini
look it up.
series.
Thanks. I didn't know where it was stored.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, it's one of Dale's little video thingies that he did.
Well, this silence is indicative of, I think, where we're at. Still, like, okay, now what? Shiloh's writing a book. Dale's writing a book. Candy's writing a book. Everybody's writing a book.
Why do you think Shiloh's writing a book? All I know
don't
is
know.
that Cynthia claimed Shiloh when Shiloh writes a book. That might just be Cynthia just being a smartass like she always is, where she's just poking fun. Do we really know if Shiloh's writing a book?
Nope, we don't.
We don't.
I think Barbarisi's writing a book because
I know
if
Barbarisi.
you remember,
we all know that because he's
no, I
confirmed
mean
it
I think
multiple
Barbarisi is writing Femme's biography.
Oh, well, that's
because
a guess.
when I interviewed Barbarisi last year, he admitted to me on my video that he had hours and hours and hours of footage of Forrest. And I said, can you please release them? We would love to hear him again. And he was like, no. And I tried like really hard, just kept pushing. And he's like, no. And the only thing I could think of why he would have that much access to Forrest and have that footage and not expose it is because he's using it to write Fenn's biography.
I like that. I also like Full Press saying, all right, make a V, do it 4 times clockwise. You end up with a star. Inside that star are 3 diamonds and a home plate. Your new treasure in old is diamonds in baseball. I like that for begin it. You know, you'll be at the place for the first time. You know, you start from home, you hit the ball, you go all the way around, but you're back at home. I like that. That's cute. That's cool. If there's a baseball aspect to the solve and the blaze, that's dope. Prove it.
Why don't we just focus on the secret
And I like
again?
yours though, the fishing solve. I mean, that makes the most sense.
But
9 Mile itself makes sense, and I like it. But a random tree, unless it's not a random tree.
I feel like the tree is like a talisman to Forrest, just like the bracelet was.
I mean, the tree, if it was a tree, it had to have been a big. I mean, if Fenn's going to use a tree, you think it would have been an old tree, right?
Define old tree. More than 20 years old?
Like a large one.
Did Copper Dan ever see the story about Forrest talking about the fallen pine tree?
I don't think I have.
Do you want to tell him about it, Ben?
No, because then he gets back into my stuff and why I picked my spot, and it's just like I don't know anymore.
It's basically saying why the trees are so important to Forrest and how it might explain why there was a tree branch in the chest with the finder's photo.
You go ahead and tell it.
Okay. So basically there's this story that Forrest had Dale put up on his blog a while ago, and it was because there was certain questions he had with Jenny Kyle on Mysterious Writings, and he started talking about his little box of keepsakes. And one of them, he was explaining why there was a tree branch in there. And it was in honor of the fallen pine tree that he discovered in the 1940s, where he used to sit on the Madison River and do backcasting where his little fly would get stuck in the tree, right? So he returns there, I think he said like 67 years later or something. And he's sad to see that the tree had fallen. So all of a sudden his pimento cheese sandwich and Dr. Pepper that he's sitting there trying to enjoy doesn't taste as magical anymore. So instead he snaps off that tree branch in remembrance. He says these words, in remembrance of that great pine tree.
Okay. So here's my other problem with this chase. You're going to give me that story and give me an intricate poem that you said you worked 15 years on, and it still involved a random tree, Mr. Love of Trees. I took a twig from this tree that I love, and the chest was just at a random one? If that's the official story, I go, okay, this legacy is not a legacy, unfortunately. Cool things, the greatest adventure ever done in the 21st century. But that's it. Wasn't the greatest treasure hunt. It was the greatest adventure so far. Because the guy who who drilled into our heads shit like that. Love of the random, love of the real tree, the big tree, the important tree. Take the twig; it's so important. That's like a kid taking a memento from a house he's moving away from at like 15, and he wants to remember his childhood forever. And he's aware enough to take a token from his old house, and he's going to hold on to it till he's 50 or something, and look back and remember that. That's what Forrest is implying here. He's taking the memory with him. Okay.
Well, I think this also explains.
Random tree in the forest. Sorry,
Well, I think this also explains why Forrest really liked Marty and Gallatin Ghost, because they were always out there in Beaver Creek, Earthquake Lake area, and they were finding like the most interesting little, trinkets and stuff. And they were like, they would take them home and just like, those are their treasures. And to other people, they just saw trash. But Forrest and Marty and Gigi, they saw treasures, and they continuously would be like, hey, Forrest, I found this and blah, blah, blah. And he would love that. And it's like Forrest has been telling us ever since he was a little kid, he collected little things that were meaningless to other people, but meant so much to him. And so I think A Tree as a Blaze is the perfect way to encapsulate what Forrest was trying to show who he was as a person. It's these little treasures in nature and the little stories behind them. And Forrest even said the whole reason behind archaeology isn't just for the treasures themselves, is to figure out the story behind them. And what we're trying to figure out is Fen's story.
The only reason you're digging the shit up is to get the story. Any good archaeologist worth their salt will say the same.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. The tree isn't just a random tree. The tree has a story.
Again, if it's not a random tree, then he shouldn't need a fishing line to get back to it. So again, Wayfair's question, is there any proof of the tree actually being random, or are we just making another assumption? We're making another assumption based off the information we get whenever we get it, and the latest is that it was random. I don't know what
Forrest put the chest.
Come forward and say it. What?
I think Forrest put the chest in a general location, and it's within close proximity of that story.
Something in that poem should tell me I'm looking for a random tree.
Yeah, not in the poem, the epilogue.
Didn't he say that the clues in the poem would bring you right to it?
Right straight to it?
Right straight to it.
If I told you Homer Brown, you walk right straight to it, just like he uses fishing line to walk right straight to it.
Yeah, he said if you can figure out Homer Brown.
Yeah, okay. Then Forrest, why did you need a fishing line? You should be able to walk right straight to it.
Well, I think it's more than that, because one, that in the book, because Fen said you need the book. Jack said you need the book. You couldn't just do the poem, right?
Jack said you need the book. Fen said
you need the book too.
You need the book if you want hints. You need the poem. The only thing you need the book for are the hints, because the hints help you with the poem. Fine, but I'm not allowing you to direct on.
Right straight.
Poem only.
Anyways, my point is this: in the chapter for epilogue, the branches, the cut down tree stumps, okay? That is what Jack focused on in the database. That's what a lot of us focused on before we even knew about Jack. Those stumps in that photo are what helped narrow it down, in my opinion. And even Jack thought so too.
Sure, maybe. I mean, we don't know. Jack hasn't been specific about what in the book helped him. We're making assumptions about what in the book helped him.
No, he literally talks about epilogue.
Okay, but he doesn't say this particular thing in epilogue helped me find the treasure.
He didn't say it helped me find the treasure, but he said it helped him narrow it down.
We don't know what that can mean.
Oh my God.
You have to stay critical.
Mary Green.
Mary Green. How many looked where the family parked the equipment for the winter? I looked there.
I looked there.
Yeah.
A lot.
It's a cool spot with boulders.
I'm not a huge fan of the fishing line, but do you think is fishing line really fluorescent? The ones that are called fluorescent?
I don't know. Are they?
I think they are. They're like plasticky, right?
Yeah.
If you were taking a walk down the Madison on the north side, right?
I think it wasn't to signify where the treasure was. I think it's a play on words. The thrill of the chase, the thrill of the lure. Fen always called the treasure the lure.
That's perfectly fine too. I'll
Fishing,
take that.
the lure.
But he went into the park before it even opened to get it, so it may have been dark depending on what time of year he hit it. So
if it was dark,
that's the only way I can wrap my mind around him needing a fishing line to get in and out.
Maybe that's
true.
that. Maybe that's the allusion to the flashlight. You don't per se need a flashlight, but boy, oh boy, he could have used one or needed one or did use one because he did do it at night. That could make perfect sense. And then you have all the allusions to leaving their stuff in the park and sneaking in and breaking rules. Okay, yeah, he did it at night. He didn't really break rules, but he waited till the park was closed, so everybody leaves, and he did it at night.
When
I
he
was
said
lucky
it's
nobody saw me. Okay.
yeah, and he said it's a place where people usually are, and he was surprised he didn't see anyone in an isolated spot.
And that's where, okay, if it's nighttime, you shouldn't be surprised that you're not seeing anyone. But
Yeah.
is there a way he can still remain playful and truthful?
No,
at
that
the
doesn't
same
make
time with that?
sense.
Nobody should be crossing the Madison at nighttime in Yellowstone.
Nobody, like, as in tourists, but I'm saying, like, actual real fly fishermen, they all knew it was the best time to fish
at night. There are not.
No.
Maybe I'm
Well,
wrong.
or
There are not
before
fly fishing
sunrise.
at 10 o'clock at night on the Madison.
Or before sunrise, just the way he
Right.
spoke about the buffalo, the warm
Mm-hmm.
evaporation coming off the buffalo and them sneaking in beforehand, and he walked right up on the buffalo, never
Right.
saw it till he was right on top of it.
You guys
And-
have inspired. So I think I'm going to go read the book again. Damn it.
Go read
Look what you made
Flywater.
me do. Waste my whole.
And I
waste my
get
whole
sneaking
week
in
and
in
read
the
that
morning.
book again.
You're not going to fish right away in the morning, but you're going in sneaking in to
Right.
get your spot. That's all. Yeah, you're reserving it. That's
Just pay, like, Copper Dan, pay attention to the chapter Flywater, because this is the same thing that Jack did, and this is what I did too. When you
Oh, yeah,
go
he
to
did
the
say
Daily
one
Bozeman
afternoon.
Chronicle and you look at the original post that
Yeah.
Fenn did in 2008 and compare them
Yep.
to the ones in the book that are here to help us find the treasure, he gives us a story in Flywater about him writing his letter to Peggy. In the original one, he doesn't talk about that, but you know he's
Exactly.
talking about her because he says Peggy was there somewhere waiting for me.
Yep. I know that. I actually tried to find more of his writings that were in the Bozeman Chronicles, and I wish I could find all of them because
I've
they
got-
do differ. There's little, and what's different should be the clues, should be the hints.
Yeah, and he took out Firehole and put Madison. That's a huge hint.
Yeah.
And he also fumbled the cover whenever he started talking about the fire hole in the Madison. I feel like that one video, he definitely fumbled it.
Yeah, that's true.
What do you mean fumbled it?
He was pointing out the front of the cover of Too Far to Walk, and he was talking about the Madison, and then he talked about the fire hole being, asking Dale to take the picture, and he was basically saying it was right behind it in the picture on the cover of the Too Far to Walk book. There were some long pauses and curious transitions there.
Right, where oops, slip up type moments possibly.
Well, there's also too the intro or whatever to Too Far to Walk. Fenn's telling us how he spent 3 magical days somewhere from West Yellowstone to Baker's Hole, and he said that something that trip cemented his connection to that special place. And then he goes on to say, for me now, it's just too far to walk. I feel like that is something very important.
Could be, but again, what's the point? We don't have a treasure chest to confirm any of this shit. It's painful. It's painful.
I don't think it's
Ben,
painful.
I've actually been exactly where you are, Ben. I've had to sort of take a mental break, especially from some people, and regroup. So I think that's a very normal and natural thing to do, and especially for as much in the limelight and public eye as you are. So
absolutely, I was thinking the same thing. Christie's walked away a couple of times, but it's just like the Hotel California, my friend.
Right, but you know what? People who have walked away in the past were walking away when there was a treasure chest, right?
The only people I've seen to be able to walk away and stay away is Jason and Sasha, left, and they
still kind of pop back in though.
They were in chat earlier today.
Yeah, they still pop back in. Yeah.
They're
not making videos like they used to, so they're not back that way. Are they going to World Series of Femme?
No.
No. Sasha did the first year it was in Vegas. Very first World Series of Femme. It was like 20 of us. We were sitting in Santa Fe in a meeting room at a hotel. Very first hand, I get dealt ace, king, spades. The bidding was coming around to me, and I shoved, and I lost, and I was done that fast. I was.
My worst poker bad beat story. I think maybe I've told it. We all got one. I had it was a tournament, cost like $330 to enter. At the time, I was going to college at UNLV, so like that was a lot. And there was probably 500 people in this tournament, and it only paid the top 10. It was like a final table only, or top 9. And there's 10 people left in the tournament. And I get dealt aces, and we all got like 20 million in chips. Like I'm probably 4th or 5th in chips out of 10. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna cash. That's like 20 grand. Holy fuck! I'm gonna cash for 20 grand and still try to fight for like 100 grand for the first place. I get pocket aces. I'm still.
Oh yeah.
If the hand gets out of hand, I'm folding this ace. I'm gonna make a standard, obvious 5x raise to buy the blind. That's all I'm doing right now. One caller. It's sitting fucking in, one seat off the big blind. I'm like, oh, son of a bitch. Okay. If I don't hit an ace with 2 dead cards with it, I'm out of this hand. Flop comes ace, ace, king. Okay. Guy shoves all in. I go, call. I got quads. He's got a royal draw, hits his royal on the river.
No.
Yep. I bust
that is
no money.
There was no bad beat pot?
Bad beat jackpots are only at that time they were only on the off strip casinos, basically the station casinos, and those are only in cash games, not tournaments. So nothing. That bad beat jackpot would have been worth $50K for me.
If my dad comes to the World Series this year, if you see him there, ask him about his bad beat. He had a similar bad beat, but he won like $50,000 on it.
Right.
He won a lot of money.
I looked up the odds when I got home, because I was in shock. I like walked up and down the strip for like 20 minutes going, what the fuck just happened? And I looked up the odds when I got home, and it's like one to have the particular way it went down, to have both aces in my hand. It was like 1 in 450 million that the 4 aces lose. That's why it's a bad beat jackpot.
What's with this 9 Mile hole? What's his point?
9 Mile Ho is making fun. Here's you want high level troll interpretation here? I could be wrong. 9 Mile Ho is making fun of the fact that I've been calling Forest Frenzy Jack because Forest Frenzy has been kind of pro Jack, and I could be very wrong on who Forest Frenzy is. So 9 Mile Hole is a screen name that's going, Jack is the greatest, Jack is the greatest, 9 miles to solve, 9 miles to solve. They're acting like trollish, trying to get people to go, hey, fuck you. They're trying to incite. That's all. That's all that is.
Just trying to stir trouble.
Yeah, 100%.
Well, I'm going to say I agree with you. Indy's over there biting her tongue.
Indy fell asleep during my poker story.
No. I'm just going back over information about the letter Femme wrote to Peggy.
Get in the chest area. Fen's permission to access the land, and Jack said he didn't know. Let me read that again. Treasure Warriors, I asked Jack if he had assistance getting the chest area. Getting to the chest area, and shit, it moved. And
oh, here I see it. Okay, so
sorry, I keep reading it. It keeps popping up on.
I'd asked Jack if he had assistance getting to the chest area and why he needed Fen's permission to access the land, and Jack said he didn't know. Yeah, he's avoiding that question for sure.
Yeah, he's avoiding that question like the plague.
Yeah.
Well, he actually kind of answers it with the comments he puts in the database about the highlighted areas on the map.
Say again. Sorry, Andy.
So what was the question you were trying to understand?
A little engine that could.
Oh boy, I don't know.
You were talking about how, like, you were trying to figure out what type of land, right? If he needed assistance.
Oh yeah, assistance getting to the spot, and why he needed permission.
So I think the answer for why he would need permission, he answers in the database when he's telling certain searchers about focusing on the purple highlighted area of Forest Fen's Too Far to Walk map. He talks about public versus private versus Indian reservations. Like you might want to go back to that quote and pull it up because he kind of helps narrow it down with the highlight alone. And he's talking about purple.
Time is it 5? I got to bail pretty quick. It's time to eat.
Good night, Copper Dan. It was good chatting.
Yeah.
Hi, Copper Dan.
Yes, sir, Copper Dan. I'll be watching your shows. Don't worry.
We might move it to Wednesday, but it'll be next week. We got to come up with something big. I got a new treasure hunt we're going to explore. And not mine. But I got to get off of Fenn a little bit. I mean, this is like beating a dead horse.
You're going to work on Cracked, aren't you?
No.
No?
I am into boots on the ground hunts pretty much.
Are you going to work on Jenny Kyle's?
Oh, definitely. Oh, gotcha. Yeah. Yep, I will. I think Jenny's going to have some good hunts. She has some new people this year, so it should be good.
Andy was saying they're going to make some surprise announcement at WSOF about some new hunt, right?
No, I'm saying I think it's possible it could be about a hunt. I'm not saying it is going to be. Like, this is where people got to understand it's not fact. It's just speculation on my part.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah.
I told Ashley the reason why I think it's possible it could be a treasure hunt is because when I asked Christy, I was like, oh, I think it's going to be about a treasure hunt. She said she can't say anything until they tell her she can. And I'm like, haha, who's they? So it's just speculation.
Gotcha.
All right. Later, peeps.
All right, Copper Dan. See you, man.
It's been good.
Bye.
Well, Julie and Candy, I mean, do we wrap this up here? I don't know if there's much to talk about left.
I'm going down the rabbit hole of comparing the chapter Flywater with the intro to Too Far to Walk because they match.
Well, then you should go live about it. I'll cut this stream off and then
you just seem so broken right now, Ben.
I'm not broken. I'm just sick and tired of getting played around with. Like,
well, what do you think I felt when I was going on my raged war for fucking months?
Yeah, but I don't know.
And yet here I am trying to help fix the issue instead of stepping back and watching it burn. I'm trying to fix this shit.
I don't know. At this point, there's been patterns, and I've ignored them. So
yes, that's the same shit I told you. But this is the thing: we've got World Series of Fenn in a week, and we need to find a way to fix this shit so it'll be magical again and not depressing, and everyone's avoiding each other because that's not what it should be about. It should be about sharing our research, speculating for fun, and coming together to share stories and sing really bad karaoke. That is what I'm going for.
Yeah, I know. I'm just
I clearly need to be the mediator, so I'm gonna figure out how to fix this shit today.
There's no need. We're staying at Bally's. We're gonna drink at Bally's, gamble at Bally's, and
well, you know, you don't have to stay at Bally's. You could try and solve the mini hunt we did where the prize is a room, a king bedroom at the Waldorf Astoria, fully paid for.
Wow. I hope somebody else wins that prize.
Okay, just telling you. But you just need some type of distraction. So take Ashley out, go get some drinks. Hell, if you guys make it over here, say hi. I might say hi to you guys.
Yeah, we will, for sure.
Ben, I would just say this. I appreciate all you've done for the community. You've pushed hard on some of this stuff and really brought a lot of light to some of the issues in the community. So thank you for everything you and Ashley have done on the channel.
No problem.
I hope she gets some great spa treatments in Vegas, if that's
Yes.
her stick, because they have amazing freaking spas in Vegas.
Yeah, she's owed a couple of treatments from sitting on the bed listening to me talk crazy for hours, not streaming. So yeah.
Right on. Well, and I hope if you find it in yourself, you may return rejuvenated and excited and feisty to solve this again at some point. But if not, that's wishes. You know, that's wishes. We, you know, if you manage to make it off the tube, then congrats.
I totally think you have a major valid point, Huli, and I want to say too that up until Ben and Ashley, when they finally made an appearance in the community, we basically had nothing. We didn't have the Condor 2. We didn't have any speculation. Like, how many things have you brought to our attention, Ben, where I was like, I'm kind of sus of you. You're bringing so much good information to the community. So it's like, without you guys, we wouldn't be able to have as much as we do now, in my opinion.
Well, that's all I wanted to do. That, and I'll continue. Like, we're not, like I said, I won't go away crazy, but like, yeah, definitely step back. If we hear something crazy, like in the chase related realm, we'll go live to talk about it, because I know people like to talk about it, but that's about it.
Well, did you see on the comments, Cynthia, where she responded to Dave's post on, I think it was Thor or something, right? It was like Thor in the Facebook group. But if you scroll down more, she's talking about how she's going to break into the information vault and make sure everything is out there. I found that very interesting.
I think there's still more to find out. I do. I mean, there's definitely more.
I just think Cynthia should just like drop it all at once. I understand that they're like hesitant to continue putting more out because people are getting frustrated, but it's because it's like little trickles of information. So if she were to just like put it all out there, all in the line, I think a lot of us wouldn't be so negative towards the information drop. I think if she would just were to just put it all out there, it would help us just get the hell over ourselves and move on. I really do.
Possibly. We'll see. But I'll be relying on you to go live for that.
Why me?
All right, guys. Well,
Okay, so did the weed get delivered or what? Because I don't think we can go out with what?
Because I think we switched to the idea of maybe just going out and doing a little quick date afternoon, because you know the kids are going to be busy.
Okay.
So we're like, fuck it, we'll do that and we'll get weed later.
Well, enjoy your weekend. Take care. Thanks again.
See you, Huli. Thank you, Andy. Appreciate it. Peace, everybody.
Bye.
We'll be back. Obviously, we're still doing Oak Island too. I mean, we'll be doing that, but yeah. Anyway,
you should do Beyond Oak Island.
Honestly, I think I'm going to as well. I'm finding some interesting ones. I'm going back to like their last season Beyond Oak Islands too. So anyway, alrighty. Thank you much.
Later.
Peace out, everybody.